Can they hear me now?
Yes.
Cool, that means they can probably hear my family watching it. I'm gonna move. Oh no, my phone! No! My phone fell out of my pocket!
Oh,
anyway,
this is so sweet. So, in Bread Gang, they set up a bot, in the server that tells us when any of the members go live. So now, it shows that we're live. So hopefully people will come in.
Anyway, yeah. Stream for posterity's sake, for VOD watchers. My son is watching Harry Potter. Because it is a October tradition. And one of my sisters is very good on tradition.
See me.
So, like... I am in another room now. I just gotta get my computer set up. I'm watching Goblet of Fire, which, when I was big into Harry Potter, was my favorite.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites too.
Yeah. I think I just like the extended world building, which
yeah. Hi, Theo.
Which like, hi, Theo. Which like makes so much sense about where I am now as a writer.
Right.
In retrospect. Hey, hopefully you want to do an RP where we just explore the world building of the fantasy that.
You okay?
I'm on my computer. I'm on a bed now.
Oh.
I have like a little tray. My computer just like slid off it.
Happy spooky month to you too, Vito.
Because it's spooky month, I think. Because it's spooky month. I've been so into Shadow City.
Yeah.
And I'm like wondering, like, I have 3 chapters of it up now on Tumblr. I should probably post that on AO3.
Probably. I need to catch up with the last 2. I keep meaning to sit down and read. But I'm
pretty sure you've already read.
Probably.
Yeah. You've at least already read chapter 2.
Hello, Alex!
Hello!
Most likely, yeah.
Hydrate, bitches.
I am hydrating. I need to get more water. Actually, no, I don't. Okay. I have my water bottle.
I have water with me right now.
I also have soda, because I had to get dinner.
If we want, we could pivot to reading Shadow City. I'm kidding.
We could if we wanted to.
We could maybe later. Yay! Cheered!
Sorry guys, I'm just doing my socials and then we'll get right into it. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to get where I can actually like wear my flannel outside while it's night. It's nice.
Yeah. I wore my hoodie today, and I was like, this is nice.
Yeah, I've started to be able to wear my hoodie indoors. I'm like, wow.
Flames of disaster.
The flames of disaster!
That's stuck in my head now, and I don't know why.
Oh, thank you for the pat. Hopefully that worked. If it didn't, let me go check. Oh wait, no, there's no way to pat me yet because I'm still on the beginning screen.
Yeah, you can't pat on the beginning screen,
I'll make sure you get
unfortunately.
another pat. Don't want you to waste your thingies.
Your point.
Hi, Huffle. I know I do your streaming today. Yeah, I've been really bad about making my schedule lately. And well, also because we've all just been like super duper busy.
Yeah.
Because last week, Cry was at Comic-Con. I was working my ass off at work. We had a big event, which was super fun. But I'm the only sketch artist in my work, so I had to draw like 30 canvases a day for like 5 days. It was great. I was very tired and I drank lots of Starbucks. But it's okay, because now I found a new favorite Starbucks drink that's probably only here for fall, but it's fine.
What is it?
Okay, so it's
I love drinks.
Hang on, where's my... So it's between two. I need to experiment one more time. But it's between a apple crisp oat milk shaken latte iced with extra caramel drizzle and caramel syrup. Or there's also an iced caramel apple, not oat milk one, but it's pretty good too.
Man,
Oh, don't worry about my wrist. My wrist didn't hurt at all. I know how to do. I would only do it in bursts of like 3 hours, and even then, like, it wouldn't hurt my wrist. I'm very good with my wrists now because I used to get lots of injuries on my wrist. But now I know how to take care of them. That's a college me issue.
I miss being on college campus and just being able to like access coffee and like hot chocolate. Well, I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the taste. But I miss being able to just like go and get a drink from the on-campus coffee shop. It was so fun.
I miss that about college too. Like,
everything is just there.
yeah, it's very convenient.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's a Starbucks on my way to work. But if I was gonna spend money on coffee, I'd rather go get a blackberry cobbler drink from the local coffee shop at my work, because it's super good. God, it's my favorite.
Local drinks are always the best.
For real. Okay, I'm all set up. Let's go. Hello,
There are a lot of whatchamacallit, drink places, like soda places, like
you
near
were
my
telling
house.
me about that.
Yeah, there's like 2, like I could, like they're within like 1 minute's drive. They're that close, and there's another that's like within 5 minutes.
I forgot to get the magma set up. Let's see.
Yeah.
Which magma is
Anyway, yeah.
mine? Okay, cool.
If you ever visit me, we can like just get so quickly.
Yeah. I love trying new drinks. Soda's some of my favorite things ever.
Flavored sodas are so good.
Now wait. I like to do it long ways so that we can see more of it. Let's see.
There's one of the nearby places that I haven't been to, despite it being like a minute away from my house. So,
dude, that's such a mood. Hey, let me edit this. God damn it! Okay, there we go.
Island in the sky. We're gonna shoot for the sky. What? Storm. Oh hey, I sang Storm, and Storm appeared in our Discord chat. Hello?
Oh, I said you summoned them! That's impressive!
I don't know what it was. You went silent. I
was pressing something on my keyboard and accidentally pressed my mute button.
Okay.
Today we're reading more of the Choose Your Own Adventure, since it's very spooky.
Or we might
or we could also switch to Shadow City, which is
urban fantasies.
Urban fantasy with vampires and werewolves and stuff.
Yeah. We could do that like sometime this week, sometime this month.
Yeah,
for Fanfic Friday.
For sure.
Oh, Slay the Princess, Pristine Cut, October 23rd. We could do that.
No, we're absolutely gonna do that. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Of course we're gonna do Slay the Princess.
Hell yes.
Alright, so it's up to you guys what we're gonna read tonight. Let me actually do a poll, and you guys can decide. Because as you know, we have several endings we haven't gotten to on not Curious Kid the Cat. That's my fic. On
There's only one ending on that.
Yeah. Let's go! More Huffle sipping over the princess. You know it. By the way, if you guys want all of our VODs for that, for the Pristine Cut are up on our YouTube.
No, for Slay the Princess, not the Pristine Cut. That's not out yet.
No, I meant before the Pristine Cut. But yeah.
Oh, yes. Even our stream of the demo is up on there. Yeah.
Anyway, I was gonna make a poll.
I'm so glad I worked up the courage to be like, hey guys, you want to play this?
Yeah, no, I'm so glad too. It was super fun.
Yeah. Go play Slay the Princess, everyone. Or no, wait until October 23rd, when the Pristine Cut comes out. Then play Slay the Princess.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what all the new stuff is.
I do know that there was a minor update that added like new animations.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, but like. The Pristine Cut is the big update. There's going to be a new Damsel ending, I believe, as well as the Spectre and the Fury. They're going to elaborate on the Fury chapter.
Ooh.
Which was the one where she had like her freaking.
Oh yeah, I love that one so much. You forgot your organs.
You forgot your organs. So they're probably going to elaborate on that. And do more with, like, the fight.
Okay.
The same way, like, you elaborate on the tower, they elaborate... I wonder if... Is the Apotheosis getting another elaboration as well?
I
have
hope
no
so.
idea.
Also, I am gonna run one more ad so we have plenty of time and use the restroom real fast. So, there's a poll up for you guys to choose what we're gonna read, and cry, keep them entertained. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I wonder if Mark is going to make a video on the update. Probably not. He seemed pretty satisfied with it. Oh no. I forget progress! No! Well. Alright, everyone. Everyone who's subscribing, you know the drill. You know that you must go play all the video games I enjoy. That is the in-joke I have made, which sucks because the original version of that got, it was in a stream where, like, my voice wasn't playing. So no one heard all my, beautiful, totally justified points about Master Detective Archives rain code. Is there anything else? I don't know. I found a new YouTube channel. Well, not new. I've followed them before, but I found a new series that they do. The YouTube channel is Save Data, and they do D&D, and it's called Saving Throw, and it's great. The one complaint I have is that they use Midjourney AI to like do some of the image generation, but like other than that, it's pretty great. And like, so like if you feel strongly about it, then like that's probably gonna sour the experience for you. But I do really enjoy their podcast. It is kind of a podcast, but I do enjoy their D&D campaign. It's like very elaborate lore. I love lore. I love world building. They go in like arcs, and like I think their characters are pretty cool. There's one of the players has a character who's like, they don't know, none of the other players know what this character's race is. They like keep themselves covered all the time, so they're like a humanoid race, but like that's the most that the guys have got knowledge on. Oh, I'm also going to be running a D&D campaign for me and my friend. Because our last one ended, unfortunately. So I'm going to like... Well, some of us weren't happy with how it ended, so I was like, hey guys, I could like continue if you want me to, and like everyone was like, yes, and I was like so happy because supportive friends. Oh, Hello? Are you back? Hello? Ah, it's tied! You guys, why'd you tie it? Hello? I could've sworn I heard Huffle come back. I guess not. Anyway, I'll just keep continuing. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. I'm gonna run a D&D campaign. And I'm like, part of me wants to do it sooner, because, like, everyone seems pretty excited for it. But, I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm prepared with, like, the lore and stuff to run a D&D campaign yet. Oh, the Edge of this Sleep TV show, yes. Yes, that. Honestly, I listened to all of the original Edge of Sleep podcasts. And I have no idea. I think there was going to be a sequel podcast to it. And there never was. And, like, I'm confused why, because it seemed like it was kind of open-ended, an ending. They just kind of continue with the world in that state, or if you fall asleep, you die. And I think it's implied that that most of the world in the end was, I listened to all of it last night for the first time, I effing love it. Yeah, it's really good. But I've been, like, having weird feelings about, like, a lot of horror media lately. I'm going through an anxiety patch. So, I don't think I'll be able to re-listen to it. Dave? Is Dave's Mark's character?
Are we talking about the Edge of Sleep?
Yeah, we're talking about the Edge of Sleep.
I should tell you guys about my fucking thing that I did the other night.
What? What did you do?
So, cause Edge of Sleep is coming out.
Yes.
I've been really curious about it, but I knew that the premise would, like, scare me.
Yeah, it is a bit of a freaky premise.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, we have a perfectly split poll.
Yeah, I saw that. I think maybe we split the difference. We do, like, one chapter of the Choose Your Own Adventure, and then we can do Shadow City.
Sure, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But for Edge of Sleep, like, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was really curious about it, but, like, I wanted to read a synopsis about it first. Cause, like, when I'm scared of media and I want to try it out, sometimes I'll just read the synopsis, you know?
Yeah.
See, that's just scary for me. I'm scared of space. So, I went to go, eventually I couldn't find anything because it's so, like, indie. And, like, no one's, like, actually sat down and written out, like, a Wikipedia movie synopsis, you know? Yeah. So, I found the transcript. So I read the very first transcript of the episode. And I thought I was doing just fine. But as I was going to sleep, I suddenly awoke. This is the night before I had to go to therapy the next morning. I thought I awoke a childhood fear I had of going to sleep and just dying. And that's exactly what the End of Sleep is about. So I was like...
That's exactly what it's about, yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm not going to sleep anytime soon. So I ended up editing, like, a couple pages of the Long Live the King before I went to sleep. That helped. Like, luckily, it wasn't as bad as some of my, like, nightly freakouts are. Like, I don't have so many of those anymore. It used to be really, really bad. But, like, the fact that I was able to, like, fix it within, like, 30 minutes to an hour was really great. Because usually when I get freaked out like that, I cannot leave my room, even to use the bathroom, because suddenly it's dark out. And it's hard for me to, like, my brain just starts to, like, summon monsters, basically.
Well, yeah, actually, my brain does a similar thing sometimes.
And it's, like, even, like, I think that night, like, it's, like, it was better because I knew it was all in my head and there's no way that I was actually gonna die in my sleep. Because I'm healthy, I feel fine. But, like, I still had that, like, if you turn your back on a dark hallway, like, suddenly you're, like, speeding to close your door, because if you close your door, you're safe.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Or like, it's like when you're like, if I'm on the bed, a monster can't get me.
Exactly.
So I usually like turn on all the lights, and, like do stuff like that. Yeah, I always get like the little like heebie-jeebies of something is running down the hallway at me right now, and I have to slam the door and it like Foxy and fucking FNAF.
Yeah. When I have anxiety late at night, it's always about stuff that's like not as substantial. It's either about like horror media that's like supernatural, so it's like I can't do anything to be like, oh yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because like, what if it's supernatural? What if a supernatural thing this happens right now?
Exactly, or it's about like health anxiety, where it's like my brain won't calm down. It's like you have every cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, I know a big one for me was like, if I had like an irregular heartbeat, it was suddenly like, oh, well, it's a heart attack. You're dying now.
Exactly.
Or like, if I could hear my heartbeat in or like, say there's like a loud banging outside. I remember that when I was growing up, there used to be a really loud banging like every now and again in my neighborhood. And I would always convince myself that it was like giants, but like giant robots. And they were coming to kill us all in our sleep.
How old were you?
Or I remember, this is so random, I remember for like a month or two, I was convinced that in the dark garage, there were like flying monkeys that were gonna kill me. Yeah. Or, I remember I used to have a sheet, curtains over my closet. And I was always afraid something was gonna pop up behind there. Or like, ghosts were a big one for me too. Oh my god, I was so scared of ghosts. Or I think that there used to be like a hissing sound outside of my window. And my window's right next to the air conditioner. So like I'm used to loud sudden like you know, like kind of stuff. But there used to be a hiss, and I'm pretty sure it's part of the air conditioner now, but when I was a kid, I was convinced that a poisonous snake was gonna break through my window and, like, kill me. I don't know.
There's actually, like, my neighbors are having a party, like, right now. And, like, part of me is, like, like, when I was home alone before my family got home and started watching Harry Potter, part of me was like, what if one of the party goers just was evil and came here or something?
Yeah. Sometimes you just convince yourself, like, a murderer is coming to get me right now.
Exactly.
And, like, actually, like, having Winnie around has really helped my anxiety for that, because Winnie will bark at somebody we are expecting to come. So, like, if there is an intruder, the dog should be on them in a second. Like, there's no...
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why pets are good, because they they'll react strangely if they hear something off.
Exactly.
Like, even cats, we have cats. I'm like, I feel like the cats would do something, you know?
Yeah.
They'd like run around crazily if someone was around or something. All right. Anyway,
we're totally doing stuff now. So,
we're setting the stage for the spookiness.
Yes. What route should we go on for our little tiny or one chapter?
I don't know. I feel like it's been a while since we did Marvin or Jackie. Oh, Alex just said Jackie.
I was just about to be like, I'm kind of hoping that we get to like a gruesome Jackie one.
Yeah.
All right, let me get some really spookier music.
I believe we got the good Jackie ending last time.
We did.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We got like one of the better endings where like no one dies.
Yeah, I think so.
At the very least, because like there are shady good endings in this story. To stick Jackie.
I just keep thinking about the Schneep one because that's the one that gets me the most.
the death.
Yeah, Schneep's death. Oh my god, it's so bad. Anyway, okay, so we'll go do Jackie. I think that his is chapter 8.
I don't remember. Also, can you stream to me so I can hear the music?
Nope. Oh yeah.
Nope.
What?
No music for you.
I'm getting it right now.
Yeah, I know. It was the way you said it, though. Like,
Oh.
nope.
Right. Oh, it was because I picked the wrong chapter for a second. Marvin.
Oh, ambient. Ambient.
It's raining.
Yeah. Ambient rain noises. I don't know why I'm blanked on the word rain.
Yeah, I don't know what. I thought it was gonna be spookier music, not just rain.
You want to find something else?
Yes. I mean, I do too, but it doesn't really fit because it's not really raining during this.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have made it, like, even spookier. Next, choose your own adventure. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It took me forever to write.
It took me so long. It took me like 7 months, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe I did the math last time, and it was 7 months.
I need to work on one now.
Raining in Oregon.
No, that's relaxing.
Well,
No, that's too happy-go-lucky.
Isn't there a stereotype about how it rains a lot in Oregon? And
Yes.
or is that yes?
And Washington.
Because like I very distinctly remember a joke in like Phineas and Ferb where they were like traveling to Portland and they were like, how long will we get there? And they cross in the border and there's just like immediate rain and there's like grunge music playing. And Ferb's like, we're here.
I can't tell if you can hear the music. Yeah, there we go.
I can hear it.
Okay, cool. It's very subtle. Well, that's good, because we're focusing on reading.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so so I'm pretty sure everyone who was here last time heard the intros and stuff. So we're gonna go straight to sending Jackie to the basement. So, yeah, of course. Listening is just good. Yeah. I used to be really offended by that when I was a younger streamer, but no, I'm so flattered when people put me on the background.
Yeah.
But if you guys do want to draw, there is a magma link, but I'll leave that open. CD. So just to recap, what usually happens is, they arrive at the cabin, and we choose to go play games, or Chase goes to choose play games with Marvin, JJ, and Jackie, and while they're playing, the power goes out, and now they have to send one person to the basement to go restart the breaker, and when whoever goes down is the one that gets possessed, so.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to hydrate first. Something's stuck in my throat. Okay. Alright, fine. I'll go down into the creepy basement, Jackie says. You really don't have to if you don't want to, JJ points out. Yeah, if you think it's creepy, someone else can go, Marvin adds. No, it's fine. Hand me the keys. Jackie holds out his hand and JJ passes them over. I know there's nothing down there. I just don't like that it was locked up. Seems weird. This is more of a vacation home than a real home, JJ says. Of course they would lock everything up when they're not using it. The bedrooms and bathrooms weren't locked, though. That's because the bedrooms and bathrooms only lock from inside, Marvin says. If they lock them, then they'd have to leave through the windows, and I don't think the ones in the bathroom open up. True. Jackie turns around and heads towards the basement door. He fiddles with the keys for a while before figuring out which one opens it up. If you're freaked out, someone else can go with you, Chase offers. It's fine, Jackie insists. I gotta do this for my pride at this point. But it's not June, Marvin says, grinning. What? Jackie pauses, then rolls his eyes. Oh, haha, very funny. I'm going into the basement to get away from your terrible jokes at this point. Be right back. He heads down the stairs, leaving that doorway open. I hope he brought a flashlight, JJ says. We all have flashlights on our phones, don't worry about that. Even though Chase says he is a little nervous. It would be pretty dark down there. Now the music is too loud. For my ears. Shh, shh, shh. I'm trying to read. Shh, 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 shh.
Shh, shh. I can't see the words when the music is too loud.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. That's why I said it.
Hi, B. Okay. I made the bad mistake of ordering some fries. Jackie stuffed fries in his mouth before heading down to the basement to his doom. He's a little nervous. It would be pretty dark down there, and there might be bugs or broken steps or something. No, it would be fine. Jackie can handle himself. He's the most physically capable out of any of them. Only a few minutes later, the lights turn on again. The TV flickers on as well. Hey, we're back! Marvin cheers. Chase laughs, relieved. Yeah, now we can just... Wait a minute. He pauses, hearing something. Jackie, stop eating fries. Well, I'm hungry. Jackie would be the hungriest out of all the Cannon boys.
He would. It's because he's
He's most...
My mind went in two directions. My mind is it's because he's athletic, and then immediately after it said it's because he's poor.
Yes.
I don't know.
Personally, my favorite fries are from Popeyes, which is what I'm eating.
I like I like a lot of fries. Wendy's are good. McDonald's are good.
Also, curly fries from Jack in the Box. Those are some of my favorite. But I don't get Jack in the Box often. Or Arby's.
Actually, interestingly enough, I'm not actually fond of curly fries that much. Like, people have all like the spring versions, like especially coiled ones, and I'm just like, nah, it's too much potato.
See, I like it because it's crunchy. I like crunchy fries. But I like snake fries, where like it's like crunchy on the outside, but soft in the inside. That's why I like Popeyes. And we keep talking about my fries, and I keep stuffing another one in my mouth. Alright. Focusing. He pauses, hearing something. It's footsteps, rapidly approaching ones. The three of them turn in unison towards the basement door and see Jackie running up the staircase. He skids to a halt once he reaches the top floor, breathing heavily. Guys! He gasps. I saw... What is happening? Schneep joins the rest of them from the kitchen. Jackie? Ghost! Jackie shouts. I saw a fucking ghost! Whoa, seriously? Marvin sits up straight. Dead serious, man. It was like I saw someone hovering off the ground. I thought some guy had broken into the house at first, and then I realized I could see through them. Is my biscuit bad tonight? Let's see. I didn't even check it.
Last time I had Popeyes, the biscuits were so dry. Bless is Alex.
This is fine tonight. But yeah, they can be hit or miss.
Honestly, I can't think of Popeyes without thinking of the story that Markiplier told on Distractable.
I haven't listened to that all the way through, because Popeyes is one of my favorite restaurants. It's like, I try to think about what to get tonight, because my parents ordered Thai food, and I'm super sad, because I love Thai food. So I was like, what's on the way home that I can get quickly, so I can get to stream? And I was like, either between that or Whataburger, and I was like, Popeye sounds better.
Man, I think about Whataburger. Ever since I've left Texas, I've been like, man, I wish I could have that.
I didn't think you liked it that much. It's awesome.
I didn't think it either. I was just like, I guess it was just like a really solid fast food.
It is. It's very good. I love their buffalo and ranch sauce. I'll probably get that for dinner tomorrow. Ooh. Anyway, focusing.
Focusing. Jackie seen a ghost.
Jack saw a ghost. Dead serious, man. It was like someone hovering off of the ground. I thought some guy had broken into the house at first, and then I realized I could see through them. Jackie, calm down. Schneep crosses the room to stand in front of him, grabbing his shoulders in a steady grip. Take a moment to breathe, yes? Think about what you saw. I am thinking about it, Jackie cries. But you are not breathing. Deep breaths, all right? Jackie closes his eyes, taking a moment to collect himself. Chase puts the controller down and stands up. You okay, bro? I'm fine. Jackie opens his eyes again. He shrugs off Schneep's hands. But I'm really serious. I saw a ghost. Your mind could be playing tricks on you, Schneep signs. Or not Schneep, JJ. What? Thinking of Swap, I guess.
You got your universes crossed.
Yeah. JJ signed hello.
You're still thinking about Schneep.
No, my brain just shut down for a second. Signed slowly. Since you were so nervous going down there, maybe you conjured up something to be scared about? No, it was so real, Jackie insists. What did it look like? Marvin asked a bit too eagerly. It was a guy, Jackie says slowly. Tall and skinny, with dark hair and these sunken eyes. He was wearing black and smiling. He shudders. And it was definitely real, because if it was just in my brain, wouldn't it have disappeared when I pointed my light at it? Sheep shakes his head. Unfortunately, that is not how hallucinations work. I'm not sure if that's what was happening to you, but I'm sure the strange figure was in your mind somehow. Ghosts do not exist. You don't know that for sure, Marvin says, standing up. I think we should go check this out. No, JD interrupts. I believe Jackie saw something, but as he's so convinced it was real, that probably means someone broke into the basement, like he first suggested. We should call the police. Police?
Police. Did I misspell something?
Yeah? No,
Huh?
I thought you said, can I processed this too late. I thought you were just like, did I miss something? And then you misspelled something. No, I just said police weird. I added like an S to the policed.
Policed.
That is a great idea, Schneep says. Better safe than sorry. It'll take them a long time to get out here, though, Jackie points out. And what are they gonna do about a ghost? Or if you're so sure it's in my brain, what are they going to do about a hallucination? Marvin's right. We need to see what's going on. Schneep sighs. He looks at Chase. Well, Chase, it seems like you are the tiebreaker. What do you think? Chase hesitates. He wants to believe Jackie, but ghosts can't be real. What should they do? Go check the basement for ghosts, go to chapter 14. To offer to call the police about an intruder, go to chapter 15.
Ghosts can't be real, says Chase, not knowing that ghosts are real.
Says Chase, who in another universe is a ghost.
In another universe. Oh yeah! I was like, wait, what? That's Shadow City, yeah.
Is Winnie being annoying?
You know, casually talk about the universe where Chase gets freaking murdered.
Mom's now sad we didn't think this morning to get her a velociraptor thing.
Oh my god, that would have been funny.
Yeah, I know you're talking about in the game, in the Choose Your Own Adventure, but like seeing Call the Police now
Yeah.
out of context.
Call the police. My sister's talking to me. Okay, here is the poll. Go. I think Winnie ran into my room because Mom's trying to put her Halloween costume on. Meanwhile, I have to figure out what the hell I'm gonna wear for Halloween. And I think I'm working it, but like everyone's gonna be in costume. But I think I'm gonna be around little kids, so I can't be anything spooky. I think I have a Belle dress from
Disney?
the live action version because I really liked her dress from there, even if that movie's not good.
Man, like, I went to see, me and my family were like really excited for the first few live action Disney remakes. But like right now it's just like, really? Like, what?
It's oversaturated there.
I just saw like a video essay the other day. I just watched one about how the live action Pinocchio remake is like horrible and totally undermines the original.
I totally forgot that was a thing.
Real?
Yeah.
Exactly. There's also live action Lady and the Tramp.
I did watch that one. That one was kind of cute. I love Lady and the Tramp, so. I remember that one was kind of cute, but it's like, obviously the animation is so much better. Like, I always like the animation.
Why would you, I don't understand, like, if you have the option to make animated movies when your main characters are animals, why wouldn't you do that? Unless like you deliberately want.
And you have to animate them anyway. Why not just let them stay animated?
Unless you're doing some like sort of campy, like the 80s '90s, early 2000s style things where it's like they just film the animals and just do a voiceover.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. I don't know why that's kind of fun.
Oh, like Homeward Bound.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. There's something charming about like that.
Yeah.
Well, like, I don't know. It's
It also kind of
specifically,
reminds me
like,
of how they did Spirit too, because like Spirit doesn't like actually like talk with his mouth, but it's always inner monologue.
oh yeah, Spirits. It's
Such a good movie. I love Spirit.
I watched that so often as a kid.
Me too, but that was because my best friend was a horse girl.
I was the horse girl.
I was gonna say, actually, I saw a TikTok the other day about somebody who actually got to go to the ranch where the inspiration of Spirit lives. Like, still.
Ooh, that's fun.
And he looks just like Spirit. He's so cool. And his name's actually Spirit. And, like, Rain's there too, his girlfriend. Also, Alex, you're wrong. The only good Disney Beauty and the Beast, or the only good Disney remake was Cinderella.
I did enjoy the Cinderella.
I was actually going to say that Cinderella was probably the one that kickstarted, and like that one was really good because they changed the story enough for it to be.
Technically, I think Maleficent was the first one, but that's not really that wasn't really a remake.
No, it really wasn't. It was more like an expansion, like Wicked is to Wizard of Oz, you know?
Yeah.
Cinderella, like, that's why I always consider Cinderella the first, like, live-action remake, and that one was really good because, like, it expanded on the story but kept things, like, classic, you know?
Yeah, like, it was clear that it was inspired by the same source material, but not the exact same movie.
And like, it had, like, nods to the original Disney, but there was, like, a lot of stuff that changed, and I loved the tagline of, Be Kind, or whatever it was. I need to go rewatch it again, because I really do enjoy that one. And her dress is so pretty from, like, a costume standpoint. Like, oh my god. And then, like, I really did like what they expanded on in Beauty and the Beast. But Emma Watson is not I like Emma Watson. I just don't think that she fit very well.
It's because she was the smart, nerdy one.
Yeah.
She was the one who was standoffable. She was smart and nerdy.
I really did like kind of what they expanded on for Beauty and the Beast, because like what happened to the villagers and blah blah blah, and also like what happened to her mom and like her like sick house in France. But then like I've watched like YouTube analysis where it's like picking apart, and I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't really make sense. I also really like the Jungle Book one actually, because I really do like Jungle Book, and I like that they expanded on that a little bit more. But like other than that, like every other, I have not watched a lot of live actions, and they just like kind of fall short and fail, you know?
Yeah, I've only watched critiques of them, and like,
yeah, me too.
I've seen clips of them, and I'm just like, man, I would not want to look at this.
Yeah.
For like 2 hours.
My god, like me with Lion King, like, I'm really big on Lion King because I don't know if I feel like I've told this on stream before, but I was actually born the year Lion King came out. So, my mom tells me that one of the most memorable times that I kicked in her belly was when she went to go see Lion King in theaters. And when the beginning, Shawenya, I kicked in her belly and, like, scared her, because it scared me. And if that doesn't just describe me as a child, I don't know what does. Oh my gosh.
Man. Alex says, is it weird that I find the Beast attractive?
No.
No. It's not for me personally, but you are not alone on the internet, man. I promise.
The OG Spirit the Stallion of Cimarron. I watched it so long ago, and I'm on the hunt to find the original one. The remake was okay. There's a remake? I always love the OG one. Yeah, it's is that the 3D one that I've heard of?
I've seen advertising for it. I've never seen it out of protest because I love the original so much. But I've seen advertising. It's like a generic horse girl adventure now.
Gross.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. I was a horse girl. I grew up on, like, horse girl media. Here it was different. Different.
Yeah. Because he's, like, rebellious. And, like, he sticks to the man.
He's rebellious. Stick it to the man. They have Native American representation. It's
really good, yeah. Really good ones.
Yeah.
It felt like respectful too, you know? Unlike
Yeah.
Pocahontas. Anyway, done with the rant. Let's call the police, because that's what everyone voted for.
Yeah.
That's 15.
Man, seeing Spirit Stallion to the cinema and, like, cleverly break down a train.
Right?
Like,
That's always, like... Also, I think I keep thinking of, like, that scene, and I'm like... That was a Wump scene for me. Him, like, being put on the train with the brindle and stuff, and I'm, like, sitting there, and I'm thinking... I like to rewatch that part, because he was... it's Wump. It's the only
Horse Wump is still Wump.
Horse Wump! Wump is Wump!
Look, the important thing about Wump is that it's a character who is, like, intelligent, and
yeah.
I think it can't be argued that the horses in that movie are not intelligent.
Oh yeah, no, Spirit's so smart.
Yeah. Alright.
Yes.
I've never seen that movie. Seek it out. I don't know where you'd find it. Spirit Stallion of the Cinnamon. Cinnamon?
I'm sorry.
God, I can't remember what it's named now. Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron.
Cimarron, yeah.
Cimarron. Cimarron.
Cinnamon. Anyway.
Stallion of Cinnamon.
Yeah. He's colored cinnamon.
God, I'm just looking at all the art, man. This
so
is great
pretty.
art. Horses are so hard to draw.
I know, and
They
the
do
fact that
great
they can
horses.
animate. I've tried to draw a horse like 3 times in my life, and I cannot do it, Chief.
There were DVD bonus features of how to draw horses that I like follow along to as a kid. I would like not be able to do them, but
I remember my best friend growing up. She was not an artist like me and our other best friend, but the one thing that she could draw was horses. And I was always impressed by it, because I'm like, you can't draw anything else and you only draw stick figures, but you can draw a horse. And that's really impressive. I want to watch it purely to figure out why people love him so much. He's a rebel, but also, like, kind, you know?
yeah.
You know,
And also,
my brain
movie.
keeps saying that he gives off alt vibes. Am I
No, you're right. It's all with a horse.
I'm like, is Spirit an altkin?
If all was a horse, yes.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, I'm on Wikipedia now. It's apparently specifically the Lakota tribe, which is like a fun fact I didn't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool, Alex. Yeah. It's a very good movie. It's very old, but now, like, but it's
Now
it's
it's old.
very
It
good.
came out in
2003, I want to say, or 2001.
2002.
I was right in between. I knew it was the early 2000s because I was a grade schooler.
Yeah.
Ooh, how cool! Okay, we're focusing. We're calling the police.
We're calling the police.
I still love the first time he met Rain and how sassy he was when he first. Yeah, I always think of like the icicle scene too, and like how he was kind to Little Creek. I think is the Indian, the Native American's name. Anyway, focusing. We just derail from the stream and just go watch Spirit.
Just a watch Spirit.
Okay, anyway, Jackie wouldn't lie about this, Chase says, but I don't think it was a ghost. Maybe JJ's right and someone broke in. It might help to call the police anyway. Jackie narrows his eyes. So you don't believe me? What? Bro, I just said that you wouldn't lie about this. I know you saw something, but you don't think it's a ghost. Chase's silence speaks volumes. Jackie looks around at the others. Fine. He spins around, taking out his phone. If you guys don't believe me, I'll get proof. And before anyone can stop him, he stomps down the basement stairs and disappears. Hey, wait! Marvin runs after him. Jackie, I believe you! that doesn't count for much, Jackie's voice calls from the staircase. What the fuck, dude? Marvin goes down the stairs after Jackie. What's that supposed to mean? Now I'm going down there to give you a piece of my mind. His voice. I love Jackie and Marvin so much.
That's a great banner, actually. I can't believe I wrote that.
His voice fades away as he too disappears from view. Chase glances at JJ and Schneef, shifting awkwardly on his feet. He feels kind of bad about making Jackie run away. My brain's going everywhere tonight. He kind of feels bad about making Jackie run back down to the basement. It wasn't that he didn't believe Jackie, it's that he didn't believe in ghosts. Schneep sighs. Go after those idiots you want, Chase. Someone has to keep them from doing anything stupid. He takes out his phone as well. I will call the police while you do that, in case of a possible intruder. Chase nods. Right. We'll be right back. And with that, he heads for the basement stairs. There are 13 steps down to the bottom. They meet up with a long hallway. It extends forward for a little while before opening up to a wide, shadowed space. On the left side of the hallway are 2 doors. On the right side are 3. The nearest door on the right is open. That's where I saw the ghost, Jackie says, pointing. Come on! The 3 of them walk in. The room is bright, lit up by bare bulbs hanging from the ceiling. It's full of cardboard boxes and has a metal cabinet, fuse box, mounted on the wall. Where was it? Marvin asks. I was standing right here. Jackie moves to stand in front of the fuse box, opening it up. I had everything ready to turn on, and then I swear I heard something. So I looked to the side, and there he was. He turned to the left, pointing in the corner of the room. Hey, wait a minute. Chase points in the upper corner. What's that? A speaker? Oh, wait, yeah. Marvin nods. It looks like an intercom. Does this house have an intercom system? Jackie narrows his eyes. Are you guys implying I somehow mistook an intercom for a whole-ass ghost? No! Chase says hurriedly. It's just weird. It's not as weird as a ghost. Jackie slams a fuse box. Let's check out the other places. He pushes past the other two back into the hallway and walks away. Sure. Chase coughs. I'll go and open doors, I guess. I'm going to check out this big room at the end of the hallway with Jackie, Marvin says, walking towards it. You'll probably need 2 sets of eyes. My brain almost read that as 2 sets of elves. Hi, Winnie. Hey, you don't have your donut on. What's up, baby? Yeah? Okay,
Everyone pat Winnie.
Everyone pat Winnie. There's a cool girl. She's gone. Bye. Now my door is open again.
She was so friendly when I met her in person. I'm usually so freaked out by dogs, but she was so nice.
She's the sweetest girl.
Sweet, so sweet.
She's just a big old lovey girl. And also a trash goblin, because she digs into our trash constantly, but that's neither here nor there. It's because she used to be a street dog. Alright. There are 5 doors you won't need 2 eyes for, and you're gone. Fine. Chase stands in the middle of the hallway, glancing at the remaining 4 doors. Is he supposed to look for the supposed ghost, then? What was he supposed to look for when you're searching for a ghost? Would there be one hanging in a corner somewhere? Well, might as well try. Chase crosses the hallway and tries opening the first door on the left side, only to find it locked. He tries the one next to it, then the 2 others on the right side, only to find them all locked as well. Huh. Maybe the house keys can open these. Jackie probably has them, since he unlocked the basement door with them. Crash! He freezes. That sound came from the end of the hallway. Quickly, Chase turns and runs towards it. The big room at the end of the hallway is lit up by 6 yellow lights mounted into the ceiling. The middle is clear. There's a bunch of old-looking junk around the edges. More boxes, a wooden table with deep scratches in the surface, and above all, bookcases full of dusty books. On one of those bookcases has fallen over, books scattered about. Beneath it is Marvin. He's pinned under its weight. Jackie has the edge of the case and is trying to lift it. He looks for Chase as he runs into the room. Help! What happened? Chase asks. the fuck it looks like? Marvin grunts, sounding somewhat breathless. He was looking at the books and I don't know, it just fell. Jackie strains, managing to move the bookcase an inch. Marv, can you crawl out or something? Marvin tries, wriggling and grabbing at the carpet, but he quickly gives up. My legs are still stuck, he gasps. Shit. Jackie has to let go of the bookcase and take a breath. Chase, go get the others. I can text them. Chase offers. I should stay and help. What if they don't see the message? Jackie asks. I don't think the two of us can do this. Look at it. It's fucking heavy metal. No time for jokes, Marvin says, annoyed. No, I didn't mean... Chase, just go. Chase hesitates. To go get the others, go to chapter 26. Plays heavy metal. Alexa, play heavy metal. To stay and help. Okay, what should we do? Should we go stay and help or go to get the others?
What do you guys think? I will tell you, if something bad might happen if you make the wrong choice here. Something really bad.
Oh yeah, I remember exactly what happens. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Let me get a poll. Help Jackie or go get the others?
Go get the others.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna read the spirit Wikipedia.
We're totally in a spooky mood now. Reading about spirits. Stallion of the Samurai.
Stallion of the Samurai.
You wanna eat some mashed potatoes? They're cold. But still delicious.
What the? Oh my god. The sequel, quote unquote, it's like not even the same horse.
Then it's not a sequel!
It's the son of him. It's the son.
Okay, that's
apparently
slightly
but
better.
I don't know why. I don't know how the human characters would know that.
Yeah. Unless they just like kept up with his genealogy. Alright, you guys made the right choice.
And there were webisodes for the spin-off movie. What the hell?
If Alt had a horse, it would be Spirit. If Alt was a horse, he'd be Spirit.
Spirit cannot have an owner. Spirit is untamable.
Is free. Spirit has no master. Spirit is free.
That's what his name means. Spirit that cannot be broken.
Yeah. Okay. So we chose stay and help.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure the two of us can do it together, Chase insists. We should try at least. Jackie stares at him and then takes a few breaths to calm down. You're right. That makes more sense. Text them real quick to get down here and then help me out here. Fast, please. Marvin waves his hand in a vague go-on gesture. Yeah, of course. Chase takes out his phone and shoots a quick text to the group chat. Get down here quick. Then he puts his phone away and edges around the bookcase. Maybe we stay on opposite sides and lift on 3, and then Marvin crawls out? Jackie nods. Yeah, that might work. Here, bend your knees and keep your back straight while getting down. They both crouch down on the either side of the bookcase. On 3, Marvin, get ready to get out fast. I don't exactly want to be under here, Marvin says, hiding his pain behind the bite of the comment. Yeah, I know. Jackie looks at Chase. On 3. Keep your back straight and lift with your legs. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. At the same time, the two of them lift the bookcase. Chase gasps, nearly dropping it once he realizes how heavy it really is. It's almost like the bookcase is fighting him as he lifts. But he grits his teeth and keeps it aloft, arms shaking with the strain. Marvin grabs at the ground, taking a second to get traction, and then manages to scramble out. The second he's clear, Chase lets go of the bookcase, prompting Jackie to let go as well. Whew. Jackie presses a hand to his chest. You okay, Marvin? Marvin nods, and then a voice echoes down the hall. What happened? The three of them look towards the room entrance and see Schneep and JJ rushing down the hallway. They run into the room and stop. Is everything okay? Schneep asks, breathless from the run. It's fine now, Chase says, still breathing heavily after lifting the bookcase. The shelves fell on me, Marvin says. Are you okay? JJ asks. Yeah, I think so. More or less. Marvin climbs to his feet, wincing. Everything hurts, but I can move around and stuff, so clearly it's not too bad. Do you want me to check you over? Schneep asks. No, I'm fine, Marvin shakes his head. I don't think it cut me or anything. I'll probably just have a whole bunch of bruises. Thanks, though. Maybe the doctor should have come on the ghost hunt after all, Jackie says jokingly. The lights in the basement flicker. The whole group look at the ceiling as they do. Really faulty lighting in this cabinet, huh? Chase mutters. No, I bet it's a ghost. Jackie insists. Ghosts are all... They cause electromagnetic interference and shit. Did you hear that from those ghost hunting YouTube videos? JJ asks. Well, yeah, Jackie admits. But just because it's on YouTube doesn't mean it's not true. Or that it's not credible. There's research and documenting and stuff. Ghosts mess with electricity. Or perhaps the environments that ghosts are said to haunt tend to be really old and have bad electricity wiring, Schneep suggests. Jackie throws his hands in the air. There's no satisfying you. But okay, put aside the lightning for now. Or lighting for now. Not lightning. I was thinking of electricity. How the hell did this heavy-ass bookcase just suddenly tip over? He points to the case on the floor. It took me and Chase together to lift it. Something that heavy wouldn't just fall all of a sudden. And you weren't messing with it, were you, Marvin? Marvin shakes his head. Just looking at the books. He glances at Schneep. Before you suggest Jackie takes it over because he wants to prank us with ghost stuff, he was nowhere near me. Not to mention he wouldn't do something so stupid. He's an idiot, but he wouldn't put anyone in danger. An idiot? Jackie repeats, mildly offended. I was not going to say that Jackie did it, Schneep protests. Perhaps it was not well put together. He glances around. It does not look like people have been in this basement for a while either, so it could have gotten worn down over time. JJ sighs. Let's say for a moment there is a ghost, he says. What do you want to do about it, Jackie? Jackie blinks. Well, obviously we have to find it. We need to get proof. We have to take a picture or something, or a video. Videos are better. That's why I wanted you guys to come down here and see it. To prove it. I mean, if we have the chance to prove ghosts are real, we should take it, right? Ghost hunt, ghost hunt, ghost hunt, Marvin chants softly, grinning. Bro, the ghost probably just pushed a bookcase on you, Chase says. We can be careful. JD tilts his head, considering. A ghost hunt could be fun. Maybe we can really find something. Jamie, no, you're on the side of rationalness, Schneep says quietly. We also might not find anything, JD adds. But like I said, it could be fun. Schneep sighs. Well, I'm not going to let myself be left out. I will just remind you that we have food cooking upstairs. There's a timer on my phone. We can ghost hunt until then. Then we'll take a break to eat and maybe consider after that. Marvin shrugs. Sounds fair. So, where do we start? I mean, we're already downstairs, but maybe we want to go top to bottom? I saw the ghost down here, so it's definitely here in the basement for sure, Jackie says. I also want to know if it can go upstairs too, or if it's just a basement ghost. But we're on autonomy, we should do what we're most curious about first. To search the basement, go to chapter 146, or 46. To go to search in the, okay. Paul!
Oh.
Where do they search? Upstairs or downstairs? Go! Ah?
All the sounds happening right now.
My keyboard, me accidentally moving my straw through my teeth. Slurping.
Ah. Yep. My name's on straight familiar. Oh yeah, I both once I made that sound. And if you don't come to StreamBuds for great Game Grumps quotes, you're gonna be so disappointed.
StreamBuds is like 25% new content and 75% quoting media that we like. Ooh, 3 for downstairs. Let's go. Are you voting, Cry?
Yes. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
I buy it for a fry again. French fry.
French fry.
Hot dog, French fry. Come on, baby, tell me your lies. Up,
What
down,
is that
side to
from?
side. These skeletons are now alive. It's an animation meme on.
Yes!
Yeah, Tumblr.
Yes! On Tumblr. I remember it from the, there was an Undertale version.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alright. I think my music just stopped. Nope, it's just quiet. Okay, cool.
These skeletons are now alive.
Well, like Marv said, we're already down here, Chase says. Might as well, you know. It'll just be extra walking when we start upstairs. And this is the place where Jackie saw the ghost and the bookcase fall over. That makes sense, Schneep says, nodding. So, Jackie, you seem to be the resident expert. How do we ghost hunt? Jackie folds his arm, thinking, Chase, you've seen ghost hunting shows too. Help me out here. Well, usually those ghost hunting shows have, like, equipment and shit, Chase says. We don't even have a camera. You have our phones? Marvin says, taking his out. But I get what you mean. These probably aren't equipped for ghost hunts. Usually those happen in the dark. And phone cameras definitely don't have night vision. Let's not turn the lights off, JJ says. I don't want to investigate a pitch-black basement with just flashlights unless we have to. I guess we just look around then? Jackie asks. We haven't seen what's in the rest of these rooms, Marvin says, gesturing at the rooms down the hallway. I think... Chase, did you check any of them? No, they were all locked, Chase says. Good thing I had the keys! Jackie takes said keys out of his pocket and jingles them, grinning. Let's check this place out! He walks to the closest door, the third one on the right. This music got really loud all of a sudden. Shh.
Really?
Shh. Yes, you're very spooky. Good music. You're very, very spooky.
You're very scary, man. Good job.
Good job. Now, just be a little more quiet. I can't read when music's too loud in my ears. He walks to the closest door, the third one on the right. The others follow him, gathering around as he unlocks the door and opens it. Or tries to open it. Even turning the key, the door remains shut. Not this one. I think it's stuck. What if we open one and there's just a person in there? Chase asks. Like a dead body? JJ asks. No, I mean like a person. I guess we call the police. Oh, Schneep, didn't you say we were going to do that earlier? Yes, I tried, Schneep says. But you know, it was the oddest thing. The phone just kept ringing. And then you texted for help, so we decided to stop trying and hurry down. The phone kept ringing. Marvin raised an eyebrow. That's weird. We were getting pretty good reception earlier. The ghost must be interfering with our phone calls, Jackie gasped. Like I said, ghosts are all electromagnetic and stuff. And that's what phone calls are, I think.
Jackie knows how phone calls work.
Jackie is so knowledgeable.
Jackie's so smart.
JJ whistles for attention. He's walked down the hallway where they're talking, and is now standing over by the staircase leading up. Chase! Chase calls, what are you doing? I thought we'd go in order down the hall. I was double checking to make sure they're all locked, JJ signs back. Are they? Yes, but this door gives a little. He points to the door next to him. The first on the left, if looking from the staircase. Oh, well, might as well start there then, I guess. Jackie hurries down this hall towards JJ, and the others follow. What did Jack say was in the basement? Schneep Miller says they go. The power box, storage, and the laundry. Perhaps this is the laundry? Only one way to find out, Marvin says. Unlock it, Jackie. Mm-hmm.
There is no laundry. This was a trick.
I was just about to ask. I'm like, what? Is there even laundry written down here?
No, there's no laundry. I like to think that one of the rooms was the laundry room, but it was converted.
Probably either the murder room bestie or the investigation room.
One of those two, probably, yeah.
Only one way to find out. Jackie takes the keys out of his pocket and unlocks the door. He pushes it open, poking his head into the pitch-black room beyond. Slam! The door suddenly slams shut, hitting Jackie in the forehead. He cries out and almost falls over from the force of the blow, but manages to stay on his feet. What the hell? Are you okay? Chase asks, worried. Yeah, Jackie rubs his forehead. Ow. That was weird. He looks at the others. I don't see any movement inside, so... Ghost? Did a ghost just slam the door on me? That was unusual, Snape says, frowning. It was more than fucking unusual, Marvin protests. Doors just don't do that. Fucking ghost doesn't want us in there, I bet. Who does this ghost think they are? Chase mutters. Well, Jack said the cabin is family's, right? Jackie says, so maybe he had a relative who died here. Or I guess it could be from before that. He said that his family got in the 20s, J.D. recalls, and that the owner before them built this cabin. So it could be the original owner, the one who built it. Makes sense, Marvin mutters. Ghosts tend to stick around places they have emotional connection to, good or bad. If I built a whole-ass cabin, I would haunt it after my death. Suddenly, a ringing tune interrupts their conversation. Snape takes his...
I forgot there was a lore drop here, a minor lore drop. Well, oh, hello?
Oh, that, Auntie might have built the cabin.
Yeah, Auntie built the cabin.
Makes sense. He needed a good place for the murder room bestie.
The murder room bestie. Hello?
Hello.
There's no music, so I don't know when it's cutting out or anything.
You can't hear the music anymore? Oh, it's just really quiet for now.
Okay.
Suddenly, a jingling tune interrupts their conversation. Snape takes his phone out of his pocket. That is the timer for the food, he says, stopping the noise. Everyone, back upstairs. The group leaves the room and goes to the stairs. I got a bad feeling, JJ says, glancing around. Maybe we keep looking instead of taking a break for food? I wouldn't mind, Marvin says. No matter what you all do, I'm staying here to get the food out, Snape says. They've reached the living room. He starts walking towards the kitchen, but stops and looks back at the others. Well, I don't want to leave you alone, Jackie says slowly. Maybe we can split up for the rest of the ghost hunt? Some of us can go back downstairs and look around, and some of us can stay up here and get the food ready, and then look around up here too. Aren't you not supposed to split up, though? Jace mutters. This isn't a movie. It'll be fine. Jackie shrugs. Either way, I want to keep looking. I can be a part of the basement team. I'll stay up here with Snape then, Marvin says. We need to have a believer with him, or he won't really look. Snape doesn't deny it. He keeps glancing towards the kitchen. While you two and Chase stay upstairs, Jackie and I will check on the basement once more, JJ sums up. Whoa, hey, don't decide for me, Chase protests. JJ looks at him, surprised, and a bit embarrassed. Sorry, I shouldn't have assumed. Where do you want to go, ground floor or basement? To have Chase search the ground floor, go to chapter 76. It won't be fine. To have Chase search the basement, go to chapter 77. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's your decision.
It's all you control the character. That's a reference to something. Joe Apocalypse Lemonade Stream.
Oh, okay. Water. French fry. Oh, the heck, Art might be watching. Hi, Art.
Art is watching?
Possibly. I was checking viewers in the chat.
I mean, it does say, there's 4 people.
Maybe they're listening at rehearsals. Yeah. That's still pretty good viewership. Even if it's two, even if it's 2 people that are a part of the team, it's fine.
Yeah.
Numbers count. Alright, we're going back downstairs.
Nothing bad is gonna happen. Nothing at all.
Everything bad's gonna happen. Don't listen to them, they lie.
Yeah, I wish I could like play like thunder or something.
Oh, that'd be a good sound for us to have.
I think the vine boom is the closest thing.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Alright. I'll check out the basement, Chase says. We didn't find much down there. All the doors are locked. I want to see what's down there. Not to mention, that's where Jackie actually saw the ghost. JD nods. I'm sorry for making your choice like that. I'm not sure why I did that. Dun dun dun. No, it's fine. I'm not choosing the basement out of spite or anything, Chase says. I'm really more curious about it. Though, that was weird, Marvin mutters. You don't usually do that kind of stuff, JJ. Make assumptions, I mean. JJ shakes his head. I don't know why I did. I feel like that's part of the thing that happened in his route last time.
Yeah.
Kind of a sign that we made a bad choice.
You number one rule of the Choose Your Own Adventure.
Listen to JJ. Yeah. JJ
Number two rule, if you can like prevent yourself from being split up, then do so.
Yeah.
Number 3 rule, trust your friends.
Number 3, believe in the power of friendship.
Believe in the power of friendship.
Do all these and you'll get good endings. Deviate and, well, that's your choice. Alright.
I hope you're aware of the death.
Yeah. I hope you're okay with that.
You acknowledge the possibility of pain and seizure.
sign a waiver. God, I fixed something on my model, like, with my hair, but for some reason, like, something is flickering. That means I need to go back into live 2D. I don't wanna. Okay.
Who played the violin sound?
Alex.
Alex did.
Alright, well, now that is sorted, I'll be going, I guess. Jackie heads to the basement staircase. What about the food? Snape asks. Yeah, I'm surprised you're so eager to avoid pizza, Marvin says. If you guys will remember, there wasn't enough room in the oven for my pizza anyway, so... Jackie shrugs. Anyway, JJ, Chase, you coming? JJ nods. Good luck, guys. He signs as he follows Jackie down to the basement. Thank you, Snape says. Chase waves over his shoulder, watching Marvin and Snape slowly disappear from sight as he descends the 13 steps to the bottom. Pizza! The basement hallway looks pretty much the same, although, do the lights seem dimmer to you guys? Jackie asks. Maybe it's just because upstairs was brighter when you compare them. Chase says, well, where do we start? Like I said, all the doors were locked. Not the ones with the power box, though, JJ points out. Might as well check that out again, Jackie says, heading to the first door on the right. The other two follow him. The room with the fuse box looks the same. Not much to explore in here at all. Unless they want to go look through all the cardboard boxes around the edges, which Chase figured they might as well do. He starts rummaging through them. Jackie and JJ see him doing this and follow his lead, starting in opposite corners. But then Jackie stops. Hey, did we ever figure out what's the deal with this intercom? JJ looks back at him. Intercom? He asks. Yeah. Jackie points up to the speaker in the corner of the room. Jack didn't mention that. But, he also didn't mention the ghost. He leads closer. Oh, look, there's a cable coming down from it. It goes along this corner. Looks like there's a loose wire of some kind. Don't touch it, Chase interrupts. Jackie yanks his hand back. I wasn't going to, he stammers. Right. Chase rolls his eyes. Look, there might still be power going to that speaker. If there is, the loose wire could shock you. Do you think it would knock him out? JJ asks. That happens from electricity, right? Sometimes, if the shock is strong enough. Chase trails off. Did you guys hear that? They all fall silent. There's a sound coming from upstairs. A regular beeping? JJ frowns and asks, "What is that?" "Sounds like an alarm," Jackie says. Then he inhales sharply. "Like a fire alarm!" He bolts out of the room. Chase runs after him, and then JJ. The three of them rush up the stairs and burst into the living room. Smoke is pouring through the arch leading to the kitchen. "Schneep? Marvin?" Jackie shouts as they all run forward. The smoke is not thick, but it does sting. Chase pulls his shirt over his nose and mouth and tries to peer through watering eyes. The flames are pouring out of the oven. Schneep is slumped on the floor against the kitchen counter. As the three watch, Marvin splashes Schneep with some water from the sink, using a bowl to carry it. Clearly the only big container he can find. Schneep isn't on fire, but the way his clothes are burnt suggests he was up until recently. He's not moving. Marvin looks at the others with wide eyes. "Help!" To try to put out the fire, go to chapter 124. To find a medical kit, to chapter 125. Hooray! Schneep's not on fire!
He's not on fire! He's not on fire!
He
anymore.
was, though!
And now he's not moving.
It's help with the fire. Ah!
Help with the fire, help with finding like a first aid kit.
Save him! It's up to you guys.
Up to you guys. I don't remember which one of these options leads to what.
Me either.
I don't think much will change.
No, it's a good doctor.
The good doctor.
No, my friend. I like. It's so hard for me not to want to do a Schneep accent when I read, but like I also don't want to be offensive.
You're not confident enough.
I'm also not confident enough in my German accent. It'd be very bad.
Wait, which one saved him? I don't know, man. Decide. It's up to you.
We're just saying we can't remember what. Get a med kit. Okay. No, he's not on fire, but he was.
He was on fire.
I just went to go look at memes to joke and I saw the glue trap alt.
Drew fan out of alt dying in the glue trap.
Alright, medkit 125. Sorry, water. Okay. I'll go find a first aid kit. Chase stammers. JD, help me. Jackie, help Marvin. Jackie nods, staring at the fire. Chase and JJ rush back into the living room. Where do people usually keep first aid kits? Chase asks, eyes frantically darting around. The closet? The bathroom? I'll go look in the closet, JJ offers, running to the closet by the door. Right. Chase heads for the first floor bathroom, throwing the door open and rushing in. The space is tiny, barely big enough for the toilet, shower, and sink. Hey, yeah, that's right. There's only one space to put stuff, and that's under the sink counter. He crouches down, throwing open the doors. Yes! That red bag has a white plus on it. He grabs it, unzipping it, looking inside. Rolls of bandages, boxes of bandages, or band-aids, some stuff that he can't name off the top of his head. This has to help. I found it! He shouts, sprinting out of the bathroom, across the living room, and back toward into the kitchen. The fire seems to have died down, but the oven door is closed again. Jackie is crouching by Schneep's side while Marvin hovers nearby, panic on his face. He looks over at Chase as he runs in. Okay, good. We gotta make sure he's alright. Yeah, of course. Chase falls to the ground next to Jackie, looking Schneep over. His clothes are burnt, and underneath them are burns on his skin. His eyes are closed, and he's completely limp. Okay, wake him up. He might have a concussion or something. He reaches out, shaking Schneep. No response. Come on, Doc, get up! What do we do about that? Jackie points at Schneep's chest. Chase's eyes follow his gesture. Blood. There's blood streaming down Schneep's chest. What? Chase breathes. What happened? Something metal is sticking. Oh God. He shudders. But he can't look away. What is that? Part of the oven. grill thing was broken off. You know, the part you put the food on, Jackie stammers? That must be it. How did that happen? The oven just kind of exploded when he opened it up, Norman says quietly. I gasped. JJ is standing farther away from the others. Chase hadn't noticed him come back. Is he breathing? JJ signs, eyes wide with fear. Chase's eyes widen. He presses a hand of Chief's nest right by... Nest? What? Chief's... Schneep's chest, right by the metal thing. His chest isn't moving. He didn't notice it before, assuming that it was, but... No. He mutters. He checks Schneep's pulse in his neck, but finds nothing. No. We have to give a CPR or something. Marvin staggers backwards, suddenly pale. No. I think we're not too late. Chief snaps. If we can just get him breathing again. Marvin's right. Jackie says quietly. Look at where the shrapnel lodged. I don't think he can breathe with that there. The damage is done. We're not too late! Chase shouts. He grabs Schneep by the shoulders and moves him into a lying position. I just gotta... JJ rushes forward and grabs Chase from behind, pulling him back. The fuck are you doing? Chase struggles against him. I gotta help him! I have to help him! Chase. Marvin says quietly. Jackie doesn't respond at all. His eyes are locked at Schneep's body. No, not his body, it's him! It's still Schneep! Isn't it? He's still alive, right? If you think he's alive, go to chapter 190. If you think he's dead, go to chapter 191. I think Alex is upset.
Man is dead. Or is he? What do you think? I'm looking at IMDb.
I was like, are you still looking at Spirit?
Yeah.
Oh, I never an ad.
Oh, that an ad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a I have the power here in this bowl.
Thank you for the Shire Dad. I'm on Chase's side. He has to be alive. I don't know about that, Boasty. It's hard to live through metal shrapnel being shoved through your body.
Wait, what the heck is this? What is this?
That's us being like, wham, wham, Schneep dead. But everyone thinks Schneep is alive. I don't remember what happened here. Alright, 190.
190. You can all. Oh, this one is fitting.
Something just happened.
I need to put more sound effects on.
We love the soundboard so much. Like, I feel the chat should get to participate in the soundboardness.
I think with this soundboard thing I only have a limited number. Otherwise I put more. Okay. Have to get back into my acting chops.
Did you know that real horses were recorded for the audio and spirits selling at the cinema?
I know now.
Alright, yeah, serious moment.
I just like in a second I'm like, I have to get my acting job back in. You're like, did you know? The more you know.
That's another good sound effect we could use sometime.
Yeah, dun da da da. We need more room for more sound effects. We need to boost our server again. Ow. I hit with a chair. Alright. Let go of me! Chase shrieks, arms and legs flailing as he tries to get JJ to let go of him. I have to help him! Schneep! Schneep! Schneep doesn't respond. But that's okay, because he's unconscious! He's just unconscious, that's all! Jackie and Marvin glance at each other. Marvin mouths the words, "Get him out of here." I saw that, Marvin! Chase shouts, "No! You can't do that! You can't push me out like that! JJ, let go of me!" Chase manages to wrestle an arm free and pushes against JJ, accidentally hitting him in the face one time. Stop throwing someone else, Alex. That's fine. I lost my place. Chase manages to wrestle an arm free and pushes against JJ, accidentally hitting him in the face one time. JJ gasps and Chase immediately regrets that, but he can apologize later. I got it, JJ, Jackie says, scrambling to his feet. He hurries over, grabbing Chase's free arm and pulling it behind his back. JJ steps back so Jackie can do the same to Chase's other arm, too. Come on, man. Let's go calm down. I'm perfectly calm! Chase's voice cracked. Let go of me, Jackie! Jackie, I have to help Schneep! You can't help him by acting like this, Jackie says through gritted teeth as he pulled Chase out of the kitchen. Just let me try! Let me try, goddammit! Let me go! Let go, Jackie! Chase manages to struggle as Jackie drags him backwards out of the kitchen. Marvin and JJ start talking to each other in sign language, but he doesn't look at what they're saying. His eyes are locked on a Schneep until Jackie rounds a corner and finally disappears from sight. Jackie, please! Look, man, you're clearly not doing okay, Jackie says. You have to stay out of there, for your own sake. No, I don't matter how much. I don't matter as much as he's bleeding, Jackie. Chase shouts, he can't be, no, not like this. He stops fighting Jackie all of a sudden, tears blurring his vision. He can't be, Jackie, he can't be. He sobs. Jackie lets go of Chase's arms, but Chase starts to waver and collapse, and Jackie finds himself holding him again, this time in a tight embrace. Yeah, I know, Jackie, he whispers. I know. It sucks. He can't be gone, Jackie, Chase cries. He can't be. I should have been there to do something. I should have. Don't blame yourself, Chase, Jackie says quietly. It's not your fault. It was an accident. Chase sniffles, forcing himself to take deep breaths and calm down. Yeah, I know, but I can't believe it. Yeah. I scrolled and my eyes immediately were like, where's words? Yeah, Jackie nods. There are tears in his eyes, too. Maybe we should go somewhere away from here. Where? We're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, somewhere different in the cabin. We can go upstairs, Jackie suggests. Chase nods. Yeah, I want to go lay down and process this. Alright, let's go then. Jackie starts walking. Do you want me to keep in contact with you, or... No, it's fine. I can walk on my own, Chase says. The two of them start up the staircase to the second floor. Chase feels disconnected from his body, unable to process what just happened, and yet unable to forget the image burned into his mind. But he's knocked out of his trance when Jackie suddenly yelps and grabs onto the staircase railing. Chase, did you just try to push me? Huh? Chase turns around and looks down at Jackie, being a couple steps above him. No, of course not. Why would I do that? How would I do that? Jackie slowly lets go of the railing. I don't know, but I felt something push me. His eyes go wide. Do you think it's a good... He suddenly falls backwards. He doesn't lose his balance. He suddenly jerks backwards and goes stumbling head over heels down the stairs. Jackie! Chase gasps and hurries down the staircase. Marvin and JJ appear in the dining room entrance. What happened? Erin asks. He fell! Chase says shortly, crouching at Jackie's side. Jackie? Jackie! He can't lose two friends tonight. Jackie groans and rolls over. He looks at Chase nearby, stares at him, then gets to his feet quickly. Chase lets out a breath of relief. He stands up. Are you okay? That was quite a fall. Suddenly, Jackie grabs him, spinning him around so he's facing the others, wraps an arm around him, and starts dragging him across the living room. What? Jackie! Chase scrambles to find some traction on the floor, but Jackie is pulling him too fast for him to get footing. Jackie? JJ signs, stunned. What the fuck are you doing? Marvin asks. Shut up! Jackie snaps. I'm running out of patience. He laughs, but it doesn't sound like his laugh. I finally got one of you, and I'm gonna take the fucking opportunity to get more. What are you talking about? Chase gasps. Shut up! Jackie growls. He reaches into his pocket of his hoodie and pulls out a switchblade. He smiles. And again, it doesn't look like a smile. If you two come any closer, I'm gonna slit his throat, he says, flipping the blade open. What? Marvin goes pale. JJ just stares. Shocked. Chase stops fighting for a moment, staring at the blade. That's not... No way. Jackie wouldn't do that. Then he notices where Jackie is taking him, to the open basement doorway. Hey, what are you doing? Chase resumes his struggles. Taking you away. What does it look like? Jackie drawls. He looks back at Marvin and JJ, that stranger smile on his face again. Or maybe something worse, if they decide to interfere. Marvin and JD look at each other unsure. Jackie drags Chase closer and closer to the basement. To talk him down, go to chapter 272. To run for the hostage, go to chapter 273.
You're being like, oh no.
He's finally showing signs of possession.
Jackie's not as interesting in terms of anti-possession.
Yeah. It's so interesting to me. No! Okay, so,
I was gonna be like, I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't think this is information that is explicitly mentioned.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna say it. Jackie is not, Auntie's having a hard time possessing Jackie.
He's the bad fit.
Yeah. It's like, the guys are like different fits. And the ones that fit best are Chase and JJ. And the ones who really don't fit are Jackie and Schneep. And Jackie, in fact, is like so not a good fit that he basically cannot be possessed except when he's knocked out.
I always like the thing, like, in a meta way, it's because, like, Jackie, in, like, canon, is the hero type, and, like, most Jackies in most multiverses have, like, that inherent goodness in him.
Yeah.
And he's, like, the polar opposite of the serial killer that is Auntie. So, like, they're in, like, a spiritual way, you know? Like, their spirits clash with each other and can't coexist or mesh.
As Alex said, because he's a good boy.
Mm-hmm. Jackie, if you don't knock it off, I'm gonna come over there and smack the demon out of you. Oh, if only it were that easy.
Don't smack him. That would smack the demon into him.
Yeah, that would just make it worse. Alright,
I forgot to vote. It's a good thing it wasn't a tie.
Alright, so 272.
I remember this one. I remember this one clearly. It's fun.
Hooray. Alright.
Dang it, well, I tried. I'm not telling you anything. What are you talking about?
Jackie, please put Chase down, JJ says calmly, raising his hand. Whatever you're thinking, we can help. You don't need to hurt anyone. I know you don't want to hurt Chase. Jackie grins. You don't know anything. You don't even know who you're talking to. Huh? Marvin stammers. Do you mean the ghost? Oh, but you're smart, Jackie laughs. What? Marvin starts walking forward, but then Jackie presses the blade further into Chase's throat, making him gasp in pain, and Marvin stops. This makes no sense. How did you even get that? What do you want? Whatever it is, you don't need to hurt Chase. We can figure something out. I can get whatever I need to get, Jackie says cryptically. He's getting closer and closer to the basement's doorway. And oh, I really don't think you understand this at all. But that's not really your fault, is it? So distracted by ghosts that you didn't pay attention to the things right in front of your face. He laughs. Whoever you are, please, let go of him, JJ signs a bit desperately. Jackie hesitates for a moment. His eyes flick in his direction, hoping that whatever's controlling Jackie lessens his control in face of these pleads. Then suddenly, Jackie laughs. But then suddenly, Jackie laughs and sprints back towards the basement doorway. Chase cries out, "Wait, please!" He sees JJ and Marvin rush forward, but Jackie grabs the door and slams it closed before they get there. Chase hears them both thud against the door and start pounding on it. He tries to struggle free of Jackie's grip, but he's holding on to him so tightly. Jackie drags him down the staircase and then down the hallway. Chase fights him the whole time, kicking and screaming, "Jackie, please! Wake up! Step out of it, please!" But Jackie just laughs, unbothered by any of it. They reach the last door on the left, and Jackie briefly lets go of Chase with one arm to open it up. Chase tries to make a run for it, but Jackie slams the handle of the knife into the side of his head, stunning him. Then Jackie opens the door, turning a light on, and he pulls Chase inside. The room is filled with horrible things. There's a table with chains attached and chairs with leather straps, butcher tools hanging on the walls, and saw blades and hooks, and all sorts of things Chase doesn't even want to understand, all rusted and rotted. Fear fills him, a cold, dreadful fear. He shouts and tries pulling away, but Jackie hits him in the side of the head again. Pain bursts, even worse now that he's hit the same spot twice, and Chase slumps, powerless, and Jackie drags him over the table and heaves him onto it. He only starts to struggle again once Jackie starts pulling the chains over his body. "Hey, no, wait, hang on, we can—" "Shut the fuck up!" Jackie, or the ghost inside of him, snarls with animalistic ferocity. He leans over Chase. "I've been having the worst fucking day with this body not cooperating. You are not making it better." He flips the switchblade over, pressing it into Chase's neck, and grins. "I need some stress relief." Chase feels his whole body go cold. His heartbeat pounds loud in his ears. "Stress relief? What are you gonna do?" "Oh, I wish I had time to do so many things." That grin widens in malicious delight. "I want to break your arms and legs and watch you flail. I want to drive metal stakes into your torso, around your vital organs. I want to scoop out those pretty blue eyes, showing you the first before I do the second. But soon enough, he's going to wake up, and I'll be forced out of this body." "Jackie?" Chase whispers, his eyes widen. Jackie, wake up!" He raises his voice. "Wake!" Sharp agony slices across his throat. His voice suddenly cuts off into a choking noise. The ghost that's using Jackie's body pulls the knife away, slicing it down Chase's arms and torso. The last thing he feels before everything ceases is the pain caused by the blade. Wah, wah, wah.
Yes, 2 casualties.
You should be a voice actor, Huffle. Your anti-voice is fucking creepy. Oh, thank you.
That was so freaky, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I wrote this. I'm like, why am I getting chills? It's voice acting. It's the voice acting.
Man, maybe I should go look into doing some voice acting. I always think that I like stammer and stammer and stammer, yeah.
Yeah, if you have enough practice, it will be fine.
That's true. I mean, one of my favorite streamers that I don't actually watch, but I watch him for clips is Monarch. She's a famous voice actor, but her streams are nothing but scuff. And she's constantly talking like that too, so I'm like, if she can do it, I feel like I can do it. I love Monarch. She's like, she has such like good like really thought out lore, but then like you get to know her as a streamer and she's like a little gremlin. She's great. Alright.
Anyway, yeah, VO, know my boys. Sorry, they both died.
Oh, this is an ending. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Marvin and JJ sit in the lobby of the Asphodel? Yeah. Police station. Slumped together on a single bench. JJ's half asleep, head resting on Marvin's shoulder. Marvin can sleep. He couldn't get that image out of his mind when they finally broke it down the basement door and ran down the stairs and hallway. When they stopped in the doorway of that horrible room and saw Chase's body, with Jackie lying on the floor in the center of the room. Jackie tried to get up to ask them to stop, but the horror of the sight had caused JJ to bolt, dragging Marvin behind him. They'd been stalled for a while with the car, as they didn't have the keys, but Marvin looked up how to hotwire a car online. Strangely, such tutorials exist, and JJ drove from there. Neither of them had a license, but they had to get out of there. Jackie, or the ghost inside him, was running after them.
Oh no! We have 1 minute left before ads! I have no more snoozes!
Was running after. They had tried to driving and hoping that the police would understand their circumstances. A long night passed. The two of them sitting in the lobby of the police station, talking to officers about what happened, where it happened, and when it happened. Neither of them mentioned the ghost. Only their friend killed 2 of their other friends, and they had no reception to call the police out in the woods. Until finally, one of the officers approaches around midnight, when they're sitting on the bench together. "Sorry, boys," the officer says. "We couldn't find it." Marvin blinks. "What do you mean? The cabin? We couldn't find this cabin you mentioned." Silence. That's impossible," Marvin says. "There's a very clear branch in the road." The officer shakes his head. "Sorry," he repeats. "We're having difficulty finding it. Can you maybe contact the owner?" Okay, we gotta run an ad. Okay, we'll be back.
We're so close! Like, look at that, you can see the
I
ending!
know, it's awful!
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go clean my
well, anyway.
food trash anyway, so.
So, chat Mondays, am I right?
It's a Friday! I'll be right back.
It's a Karen and Connie quote. It lives rent-free in my head. Honestly, all of them do. Look up Karen and Connie on Twitch, on TikTok, on YouTube. They are like Sims builders. If you enjoy like Sims 4, I feel like they're very good. They're very good content. I watch them a lot, especially with like before bed. So I've developed kind of a Pavlovian response to their voices. And they just put me to sleep. But like they're so good. They're so good. I love their hotels videos that they recently did. And yeah. MetaQuest. Oh god. These ads be wild. Scare tactic. You know, my mom was watching this like reality show earlier today called The Circle, in which basically a bunch of people get put into like a little apartment complex, and they're all linked into this like fake social media platform called The Circle, and like the goal is to get people to like you, because if you get like in the top 2 of like rankings of people that like you, you get the ability to quote unquote block 2 of the other contestants, and they get kicked out and sent home, because that's how reality shows work. And it's like the small little bit that I was watching when my mom was watching it, it was like very weird. Like you're basically isolated in this like tiny little apartment for a while. Just like, I don't know how long it is, because like I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was really weird. I guess if you like reality TV shows, it would be fine. It got like a. There's like a. Oh man, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, hey, almost done.
Hello.
Hello, what'd I miss?
Not much. I was talking about Karen and Connie, and then this reality show.
Nice.
And now I'm like looking at the ads. There's like a really bizarre ad for. I think this is. Yeah, it's Little Caesar's Pizza.
Oh.
Really bizarre Little Caesar's ad. Anyway, we're back.
Okay. Let's do it. Until finally one of the officers approaches them around midnight when they're sitting on the bench together. "Sorry, boys," the officer says. "We couldn't find it." Marvin blinks. "What do you mean? The cabin? We couldn't find this cabin you mentioned." Silence. That's impossible," Marvin says. "There's a very clear branch in the road." The officer shakes his head. "Sorry," he repeats. "We're having difficulty finding it. Maybe you can contact the owner?" JD nods. "We can do that. Jack is usually awake this late, right?" "He is. I'll call him now." Marvin takes his phone out of his pocket and dials Jack's number. He listens to it ring, and ring, and ring, and then go to voicemail. Confused, he hangs up and tries again, leaving a message. And then he sends Jack a couple texts, calls a few more times. Nothing. He's usually pretty good at picking up, he says to the officer. Maybe he's distracted. We'll keep looking, the officer promises and walks away. Marvin looks at JJ. Do you think something happened to Jack? JJ shudders. I can't stand losing anyone else. But we have to think about it. He shakes his head darkly. The police still can't find the cabin by the time morning comes. There's no sign of the road leading to it. And there's no sign of Jackie either. He and the cabin have completely disappeared. Ending reached. Poltergeist Alter 2.
WTF indeed.
What the fuck? Alright, so.
My behind the scenes explanation for this, like, this isn't gonna be. This isn't really official at all, but my behind the scenes explanation is that it got, like, Huffle. You know the endings in the JJ route that are, like, between the folds of the world?
Yeah.
My headcanon for this ending is that that's what happened.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know if Auntie and Jackie's body was still in the cabin when that happened, or if he left. He probably left because there was nothing else in the cabin at that point.
Yeah. But dead bodies.
So that's why. Dead bodies. Dio's favorite boys got killed.
So did we want to read one more chapter, or do we want to go read Shadow City now?
You know, if you're on my Tumblr, I see.
Yes.
Dancing around, yeah, that one. If you Huffle, it's a lot easier. Go.
Oh. I don't usually you don't have links on your Shadow City yet, I don't think.
Yeah, go up to the chapter 3. There should be like first I saw
the reblog, but I was going to check on the tags, but yeah.
Yeah. Go to the reblog. There's links to the first chapter and second chapter. Oh. Just like, yeah.
Alright, Shadow City. Alright, so. Do we need any context? I don't think we need any. Oh, no. So, Shadow City is an urban fantasy at you where septic AUs are all various supernatural creatures, hiding right under the noses of everyday people in the city. Skuaberg.
Skuaberg is how I pronounce it. It's like, there's like a U.
Yeah, Skuaberg. I got it. I got it the first try.
Skuaberg.
Chase is new to this, having just woken up one morning.
Fun fact. Fun fact, that's like old English. I like googled like old English translations and like put it. It's literally Shadow City.
Love that.
Alright. Hey Huffle, by the way, can you send me the link for the magma?
Yes.
Because I want to do some. I'm just kind of sitting here. I want to see if I can doodle some stuff. It's gonna be bad because I just have my mouse and I'm too lazy to get my tablet.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
Alright, it should be up in the chat.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, cool.
How we doing chat? I can still hear my. They're still watching Harry Potter, yeah.
Alright, so, Jackie's new to this, Chase new to this, having woken up one morning as a goat. Jackie, Schneeb, and Marvin are all friends, being a werewolf, vampire, and witch, respectively. And JJ's new to town, moving in with a mysterious roommate. I love this story a lot. When me and Cry were working on Swap Across, yeah, the second crossover AU, is kind of like the first time that I got to, like, we actually got to play with the story, and the world building is so much fun, the characters are so much fun. I think Jackie's probably my favorite. He's just a goofball. No, I also really like Marvin, too. I mean, big surprise, they're usually my two favorites. Who was what? So, Schneep, Auntie, and JJ are all vampires.
I have a preference for vampires.
Yeah, Jackie is a werewolf, and Marvin's a witch, and Chase is a ghost.
Chase has been murdered. The story starts off with his murder.
Yeah, we're literally about to get to that. So here we go. I've been needing to sit down and draw the Shadow City boys. Maybe I'll work on that.
Ooh.
Maybe if I have like an excuse for it with my Wumptober or Inktober prompts.
I would die.
I've been wanting to draw a vampire auntie for forever, just his like bite me shirt. Anyway, okay. Chase opened his eyes to a killer headache. He groaned and closed his eyes once more, pressing his hands to either side of his head. He must have had too much to drink again last night. He rolled over, expecting to feel his mattress or the sofa cushions shift underneath him, but the surface he was lying on was harder than that. Did he fall asleep on the floor? That's a new low. It took him a moment to realize he wasn't alone. There were voices around him. The headache was already fading, but it still took some effort for him to open his eyes again and look around. He was, indeed, lying on the floor of his living room. Specifically, underneath the front window, pressed up against the blue, wallpapered wall. The floor was carpeted, but the short, beige carpet wasn't exactly soft. Not a good place to sleep. But that was the least of his concerns now, as he saw 3 strangers wander around the room. "Hey!" he shouted, sitting up. "What the hell are you doing?" The strangers didn't respond to him. 2 of them were talking, standing between the coffee table and his TV stand. The third one was looking down at the brown sofa. He saw her pick up an empty bottle from the end table with a gloved hand and look it over. They weren't trying to be subtle or careful about any of this. They were clearly visible in the sunlight coming from the open window. Were they robbing him? Who robbed someone in the middle of the day? "I asked you what the hell you were doing!" Chase snapped. He climbed to his feet, or at least tried to. He felt weirdly floaty. His arms and legs weren't responding like they should, but he pushed through that and got up. "This is my house, and I didn't fucking let you in! Get out before I call the cops!" They weren't even fazed by his shouting. Chase felt a spike of fear and panic, and his eyes darted around, looking for his phone. He left it on the coffee table last night. Last he knew, he didn't actually remember a lot of last night. He didn't drink that much, did he? Whatever. His phone wasn't on the table, but he knew that this house he had rented come with a landline in the kitchen. Too bad the archway to the kitchen was through the weird guys in his living room. Chase hesitated, trying to plot a way around them, scanning the living room. Something was wrong with the sunlight. He frowned, unsure about what it was. Curious, he reached his hand and waved, staring at the ground to see if his shadow was weird or something. In a way, he was right, because his shadow wasn't there at all. Chase stared at the ground. He leaned side to side, hoping that maybe this was just the hangover messing with his vision or something. But no, he didn't have a shadow. "What?" he breathed, a disbelieving laugh tracing his words. This couldn't be right. He turned around to look out the window, having the absurd thought that someone was playing a trick on him with a special kind of light. Outside the window, the small front garden of his house was overrun with more strangers. But not just any strangers. Some of them were wearing familiar uniforms. There was a big white van with sirens and open back doors. An ambulance. There was an ambulance outside, accompanied by paramedics and police, all outside his house. He stared at them for a moment, then turned to look at the strangers in his room again. For the first time, he really took in what they were talking about. Well, if there's no sign of a break-in, it's pretty clear what it was, don't you think? One of them was saying. Other one sighed. "Yeah, but it's just, you want it to be anything else, don't you?" "What's going on?" Chase asked. "What are you talking about? Is someone hurt?" His eyes darted around the room again, looking for something out of the ordinary. There was a stain on the ground. To his left, there was a stain on the ground. A rusty, red-brown splatter, partially covering the wall as well. Blood. Chase suddenly felt very cold. "What's happening?" he whispered. He looked up at these strangers. They must have been more police officers, or detectives, maybe since they weren't in uniform. The two were carrying on the conversation. The third was standing up and heading down the hallway, completely unbothered, like they hadn't seen or heard him at all. The cold feeling deepened. "If you're not going to answer me, then I'm leaving," Chase announced. He headed for the nearby front door, reaching for the doorknob. His hand passed right through it. He stared at the doorknob, not comprehending what just happened. Slowly, he reached out again, as if he thought that going slower would help, but no. His hand passed through it again. He looked at his hand. It looked normal to him, maybe a bit pale. He took a deep breath, or he tried to. His chest rose and fell, but he felt no air pass through his nose, or through his mouth, when he tried again. He wasn't breathing. He didn't have a shadow. People couldn't see or hear him, and his hand passed right through things. Was he? No, this had to be a dream, a nightmare. Panicking, he ran right at the door, and as suspected, he passed through the wood and ended up outside. It was a sunny day. It was near the end of summer, before the chill of autumn started to set in. There wasn't a cloud in the sky to block the sun from beating down, and there was no wind rustling the clothes and hair of the people outside. But he couldn't feel the heat. In a daze, he moved forward, weaving around the police. He moved towards the ambulance, towards its open doors. Inside was a black bag. "Oh, God," Chase whispered. He backed up again. Fuck. His chest was rising and falling quickly, but it was just a habit. He didn't feel the air. He didn't feel the breath. He ran his hand through his hair. He could feel that fine! And he could feel something on the side of his head. Something he didn't notice when he opened his eyes earlier. The spot where his head hurt. It was sticky. Chase felt his head to make sure that this is what his thought he was. Sticky, slightly warm spot on either side of his head. His head didn't hurt anymore, but fuck. Was this what caused it? His eyes darted around looking for something, anything, to explain why this was happening. Did someone break into his house? Attack him in his sleep? Was someone else in the neighborhood hurt, or was it just him? He couldn't see any answers to these questions, but he could see someone looking at him. Chase stared back at the stranger. He moved back and forth slightly to make sure the stranger was looking at him, which he was, as his eyes started to follow Chase's motion. That's just such a funny, image in my head of, Chase just, meeting his eyes, and then just, keeping eye contact. He just, slowly moves one way, slowly moves the other, and the guy's just
No.
What are you doing?
Poor boy. Look, man, the story doesn't start if he's not a ghost.
I know. Oh my god. Chase is just so funny to me always. He's just a goofy guy. Even when he's dead.
Even when he's dead.
The stranger was wearing a blue jacket, which was identical to the blue jackets that some of the other people around were wearing. A uniform? The stranger's hair was brown, pulled back into a small man bun, and he had a beard that was thick but not too long. As Chase stared back at him, the stranger suddenly jerked his head to the side, then walked that way. Did he want Chase to follow him? He was hesitant at first, but what else was he supposed to do now? Ooh! This guy was the only person who could see him so far. Maybe he had answers. Chase headed after him. The stranger had ducked around the corner of the house, leaning by the iron fence that separated from the neighbor. Now that Chase was closer, he could see the words SPDFI written in yellow on the jacket's label. SPD. That's probably stood for Scareburg Police Department. Scareburg was the city that Chase lived in. The city they were in right now. What did FI stand for, though? Well, hey, the stranger said. Can you see me? Chase blurted out. The stranger laughed. Yeah, I can. And hear you, too. He smiled at it. I'm Jack McLaughlin. I work in the forensic investigation. We're the people who investigate crime scenes. Ah, that's what FI stood for. So why can you see me? Chase whispered. Am I dead? Jack! Jack's smile fell and he became serious again. I want to be sensitive about this, but yeah, you are. Chase didn't say anything. He stared at Jack blankly. Take a moment to process it, Jack said gently. Obviously it's a lot. You're probably overwhelmed. That's okay. I don't understand, Chase whispered. What happened to me? Do you want me to be blunt and tell you? Jack asked. Yeah. brace yourself, okay? Jack paused for a moment. You got shot in the head. I figured that out, Chase dismissed. He tapped the side of his head. I felt the spot, but why? Well, from what I've overheard, they think. Jack coughed awkwardly. Someone killed me? No, not someone else. Chase stared. He felt a sinking feeling in his stomach, or the spot where his stomach should be if he had a body. They think that it was self-inflicted? Well, if you're so surprised, they're probably wrong, Jack said slowly. Yeah, of course I am. I mean, I wouldn't say I never, but now, well, holy shit, my family! Chase gasped. They're going to, oh my god, Declan's going to, Stacy! Please try to calm down. Chase's voice was steady. Focus on the world around you. You are here. This is real. Chase took a few deep breaths. Even though it didn't do anything, the motion was comforting. Does anyone really want? We're gonna take this slowly, Jack continued. One thing at a time. This is a massive change, but it will be okay. Okay? I'm dead! But you're still around. That means you still have stuff to do here. Chase pressed a hand to his chest. He could feel it. He could feel that. Jack was right. He was still here. Okay, he whispered. Okay. He nodded and gave Jack another look. So, you say dead people? Jack cracked a smile. Yeah, I have a gift for it. A sixth sense, ESP, whatever you want to call it. Been that way all my life, so I'm used to it. I know a lot about ghosts and all that. Okay, so ghosts are real, Chase stated. People really do become ghosts when they die. Oh, not everyone, Jack says. It depends. On what? If you have unfinished business. People who die with big regrets, people who are in the middle of something, people who had one last thing they wanted to do. Those guys become ghosts. It's why I went into CSI and forensics and stuff. People who die in accidents or, murders are more likely to have that tether that keeps them to the side. Jack lifted his head. So, do you know what your business is? It's okay if you don't. Not all ghosts do. Chase paused. I don't know. Maybe it's my family? That makes sense. Jack said slowly. What's your family like? My music ran out, I think.
What?
Nope, it got quiet again. Every time I think the music ran out, it's just like, nope, surprise, I'm just really quiet. And then I'm gonna turn it up, and then it's gonna get too loud again. What's your family like? I have a wife, Stacy. Well, technically she's my ex-wife. We finalized our divorce recently. She's
Divorce.
Divorce. Divorce. We got divorced.
Divorce.
It's like Chase suddenly turns to fucking New Yorkin.
Divorce.
We got
No, he's
divorced
from
recently.
California.
Yeah. And anyone who get close to that is maybe Jackie, if him being Boston American.
I can't believe he's from Boston, jeez.
I don't want to think about him with a Boston accent. He's Irish American to me at the very least.
Yeah, same.
Divorced. I gotta clip that part. We finalized our divorce recently. Chase winced just remembering it. And but we don't hate each other. It's just we just thought it was better this way. It was mostly her idea, and I guess I don't blame her. I think I was a good dad, but maybe I got a good homemaker. Anyway, yeah, I also have a son, Declan. He's 10. He smiled slightly. My little ball of sunshine. The smile faded. I wouldn't leave him. Never. Jack nodded sympathetically. I believe you. I guess that things aren't what they look like in there. Someone must have framed it as a suicide. But who the fuck would want to kill me? Chase asked. I'm a nobody. I'm a wannabe streamer. There's no reason to break into my house and murder me. I'm sorry, I don't know. Jack shook his head. What's your name, by the way? I should have asked you earlier. Chase laughed. Oh, I didn't realize you hadn't asked. I'm Chase. Chase Brody. Sometimes called Bro Average online, but there's only a handful of people who know me as that, I bet. Well, it's nice to meet you, Chase. Jack smiled. I'd like to help you get used to all this. Get used to being a ghost? Chase repeated doubtfully. People can get used to anything, Jack said. But it's not just that. Now that you're a ghost, well, you might want to know that there's more to the world than you think. Jack blinked in surprise. Or, not Jack, Chase. Chase blinked in surprise, realizing that, like breathing, the motion was no longer instinctual. What do you mean? There are more creatures in the world than you expect, Jack said slowly. Creatures of the night. Yeah, I heard that! Was that one of your sisters?
Yeah, that's AJ.
Something just happened.
I heard you do that. I heard you just immediately stopped. I was like, oh, I heard that.
Someone just played Something Just Happened.
Oh, something just happened.
Oh my fucking god, that was beautiful. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh. That was so great. I gotta clip that one too.
Oh my god. Hi, Mom. Hi. Okay, yeah, I'll move.
Okay. Yeah, serious. Back to the game. One of my favorite things to say. Anyway. There's more creatures in the world than you expect, Jack said slowly. Creatures of the night. They're sometimes called the Shadow World. I love that she went, ooh, right when it was like the creatures of the night. Okay. I laughed so hard now, I'm hot. Creatures of the night. They're sometimes called the Shadow World. You mean like, what? Again, do you want me to be blunt? Might as well. Jack shrugged. Like witches and vampires and werewolves and zombies and what? Chase shouted. You told me to be blunt, Jack pointed out. Fucking vampires and werewolves exist? Who turned off the lights? No, my overlay is ugly.
No!
When you move, no, yeah, when you move the muscle. Okay. Hi.
What is this one from?
Crystal Family ASMR.
Let me go fix this. Where is channel points? Oh. Thank you. I have to fix that eventually. It's just so hard for there to be like something on me and everybody and have it not like multiply and be too dark. It's a whole thing. Spooky. Maybe I'll do some redecorating this week for some spooky streams. Oh, by the way, we are going to be doing a stream tomorrow. That's Jackbox Streams, because tomorrow is Crystal's birthday.
Yay!
Yay, birthday!
Hey.
Okay.
Happy birthday. Technically, I'll be turning I'll be turning 25 in Technically in 2 hours-ish.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I thought you were already 25, but no, you're in 24.
I was very close though, so.
Yeah. Very close.
Yeah. Alright,
That means I'm like
Travis, back to the game.
I'm like 5.5 older than you.
Yeah,
Is that how that works?
yeah,
Ish.
about, I think.
5 and
Ish.
3 months. Oh, okay. Blah, blah, blah. Still a good gap. Fucking vampires or werewolves exist? If Chase hadn't woken up as a ghost, he wouldn't have believed it. Yeah. Jack glanced to the side. But, unfortunately, I'm not sure I have enough time to explain all of that. We were about to clear up here when you awoke. I can come back some other time to explain more, but for now, let me give you the basics of being a ghost. Okay. The news from about other supernatural creatures still hadn't fully sunken in, so might as well move on. You're still a new ghost, Jack said delicately, so you wouldn't be able to go much further than the spot you died. But you seem pretty aware, so you'll probably get stronger real quick. Can I talk to people? Chase asked. Other than you, I mean. Like, you always hear about ghostly voices or on those ghost hunter shows. Jack chuckled. Ghost hunter shows aren't all that reliable, but yeah. Ghosts can speak, be seen, and touch things, but you need to concentrate to be able to do it. Concentrate? It's all about intention. You really don't think much about being seen, because it just happens. But as a ghost, you need to think about it. Put effort into it. Most ghosts find it easiest to concentrate on speaking, since, when you're talking, you're already kind of intending to be heard. So just do that. But more so. Manifesting and touching things can be a bit more difficult. Okay, Chase said slowly. I think I'm following. Here, I think I have time for a demonstration. Jack reached into his pocket of his jacket and pulled out a small spear about the size of a golf ball made of cloudy glass. Hold out your hand. Chase did so. Jack put his left hand under his. Chase realized he could see through his own hand, and then used his right hand to drop the glass spear towards Chase's hand. It passed right through and landed in Jack's hand instead. You gotta concentrate on catching the ball, Jack said. You're just expecting to be able to stop it. That's not enough. Actively think about touching the ball. Are you gonna try again? Chase nodded slowly. As Jack started to drop the sphere towards his hand again, Chase really thought about the sphere, imagining how it would feel when it hit his hand. His hand, which was definitely really there. The spear landed in his palm. For a second, Chase could feel the smooth texture and weight of it. Then he startled in surprise, and the spear slipped through into Jack's hand beneath his. Jack grinned. Hey, first try! That's very good. Not a ghost can pass in the first 10 tries. Thanks, Chase smiled softly. Hey, McLaughlin! A voice shouted. What are you doing? We're heading out. Jack winced. He looked at Chase apologetically. Guess I gotta run. I'll try to stop by as soon as I can. Sometime tomorrow, if possible, or the day after. Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. Chase nodded. See you around, Chase, Jack said, then turned and left. See you around, Chase repeated, watching him go. He stared as the police, paramedic, and forensics guys all piled into the cars that drove away. The last to go was the ambulance. The ambulance with his body. Chase sat down on the ground. He looked down at himself. A gray shirt, jeans with holes in the knees, and plain white socks. That was what he died in. That's what he would look like forever now. He could feel his favorite cap on his head, too. He started to reach up to take it off, but stopped. This wasn't really his favorite cap. The same way that these weren't really his clothes, and this wasn't really his body. But if the cap disappeared if he took it off, he didn't want to lose it. After all, this was all he really had now, wasn't it? Being a ghost would be so easy as someone who constantly thinks about what I do. What I do all the time. Being a ghost is so easy when you have anxiety.
You'd think that, honestly, but
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Fuck. He was dead. And yet, he was still here. Chase looked up into the sky and watched the sun move gradually, letting it all sink in. Evening came. The sun soon completely faded from the sky. The city lights turned on, filling the shadow with artificial brightness. For most everyday citizens, these were the quiet hours of the day. But for some, the city really came alive at night. One such person was Jackie. I don't know how to say his last name.
I'm not sure either, honestly. It was an Irish name.
Shayich.
I think it's Shit, yeah.
Yeah, because usually SHEA is Shay, so Shayich. This music is not fitting anymore.
We need, like, better fall.
Yeah, we need more, like, spooky fall stuff. That's too happy-go-lucky.
Ah, shit, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Hang on a sec, I can fix this. I'm pretty sure. How do I select stuff?
There's a lasso tool.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
You know what would actually fit right now? What? The Pink Panther theme song. This one's actually fits pretty good. Once this person was Jackie Shiich, who was walking through the downtown streets with complete confidence. Jackie wore his favorite red hoodie today, along with one of his many pairs of ripped jeans. His brown hair is messy, his face partly hidden by a dark beard. But his blue eyes seemed to shine in the darkness, like they were reflecting what little light there was. He was actually talking on the phone. "No, yeah, I'll be back before midnight, I promise," he said. "You better," said a female voice on the other end. "You stay out way too late, Jackie. Your sleep schedule can't handle it." "My sleep schedule?" Jackie laughed. "Lily, come on. Do any of us have a consistent sleep schedule? It's kind of the part of the whole thing, isn't it?" "We're going to set a good example for Bryson," Lily said firmly. "I'm going to bid my farewell. Have a great night, Buds." Alright, bye, Vio. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye. Thank you. Good night. Thank you for the birthday too.
Yeah. "We're going to set a good example for Bryson," Lily said firmly. "The new guy?" "Yeah. You remember how it can be an adjustment. The least we can do is provide a solid foundation." "You sound like a youth leader," Jackie commented. I might as well be a youth leader with all of you acting like children sometimes," Lily said. "Do youth leaders even still exist? I haven't seen, like, any youth hangout centers in years." "Who knows?" Jackie shrugs. "Anyway, yeah. I'll be back by midnight. Schneef's responsible. He'll make sure I stick to my word." Speaking of which, he could see his destination coming up. A hanging wooden sign with the image of a crescent moon and the words "The Harvest Moon" burned into it. The sign dangled over a plain wooden door, sandwiched between two businesses with flashing neon lights. It would have been so easy to miss it. "I'm here. Don't want to keep him waiting." "See you later, Jackie," Lily said. "See you." The door of the Harvest Moon was plain, but there was no sign to say that the business was open. But there didn't need to be. If you were here, you knew the hours. Jackie opened the door right up, revealing a staircase heading down. He walked down the 12 or so steps and arrived at a glass door that was the same moon logo as the sign. In front of the door was a welcome mat. "Here we are," Jackie said to himself, pulling the door open. A chiming sound rang out. Not a bell.
Fun fact. The reason why there's a welcome mat at a business is because vampires can't go in if you don't invite them.
Unless they're invited, yeah.
Yeah. The welcome mat's kind of an invite, so.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm like, they should have welcome mats at I was thinking of in Banished Fae, where they had to be asked to be let into the taverns. Like, they should really have a welcome mat over there.
They are too suspicious.
That's so true, though. You're so right. Also, I feel like that can kind of be negated by, like, you know, having like a charm or something that like prevents evil intentions from entering.
Noted.
Like a welcome mat for the good vampires, but if there's like evil intentions, like maybe there's something that could stop them, like rosemary or something. Because I looked that up the other day.
Maybe. Well, I'll think on it. I'll work on it.
Because I'm just thinking, oh man, that means Auntie would just come into the Harvest Moon and kill people.
I mean, yeah.
I'm wearing one of those charms as a necklace. Oh yeah, like an eagle eye or something. Anyway.
World building. Thank you for this.
I'm still like looking up stuff like this, so. A chiming sound rang out, not a bell, but more like soft wind chimes. The Harvest Moon was a small establishment, its walls made of exposed red bricks with red brick with pale wooden columns painted with some decals and covered in posters. Bar-shaped light bulbs dangled from wooden rafters. And to the left and right, when walking in from the entrance, were long, pale wooden tables and chairs, taking up most of the dining area. A bar was pressed against the far wall, and next to it was an open entrance leading to the wooden paneled hallway that led to the bathrooms and kitchen. Jackie could smell a mix of various pub dishes and alcoholic drinks in the air. This time of night, the Harvest Moon was fairly empty, since it was still early for many of its patrons. Jackie walked past the tables, taking note of the few customers in here. There was a trio of younger, college-aged guys that he hadn't seen in here before, talking casually over a plate of fries. Beneath the fried smell of the food, Jackie could pick up on a bright scent, clear and bringing to mind something that sparkled. There were two girls around Jackie's own age, each nursing a fruity cocktail. One had the scent of ash and burning, and the other had a familiar sort of musk, though he knew she wasn't part of Heartwoods, so maybe she was in some other pack. There was a person wearing a dramatic-looking black cloak in the corner, not eating anything. The scent coming from that direction was a mix of old books and freshly mown grass. God, I want some french fries right now. It's midnight. I hate when you have a specific craving you can't, like, go out and get. That's been me with candy lately. Like, every time I'm like, oh, I need something sweet, it's like, oh, the stores are closed right now. And I have no money, but that's neither here nor there. And there was one more person sitting at the bar, checking a watch on his wrist. Jackie slid into the stool next to him, recognizing the scent before he even recognized the person. Something salty, like an ocean breeze, but missing the undercut of blood and sweat that most creatures had. Hey, Schneep, sorry I'm late. Man turned to look at him. I went to so much trouble to get here early for you, you know, he said with a scowl. He had a passing resemblance to Jackie with his brown hair and blue eyes, but his hair and beard were much neater, his features slightly more angular. His skin had a light gray tinge to it, just enough to notice. He wore a long black coat over a pale brown sweater and darker brown dress pants. Do you know when I had to wake up? Sunset! And you are late? I could have slept in. His voice was tinged with a German accent. God, I love Henrik. Yeah, he's such a...
Henrik is great.
He's so great.
I love him in this one, too.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Jackie hissed. I had a last-minute delivery I had to do. Who orders food at 8 o'clock at night? A lot of people I know, Schneeb muttered. And not all of them walk in the shadows. Some of them are just night people. Did you get it there in time? Yeah? Why is there a question mark at the end of that answer? I mean, I got it there, Jackie said. And I thought it would have been faster to shift and run. Turns out it was not. Because people noticed and I had to take a long way to lose them. Schneep reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone, opening up an app. That explains this. He showed Jackie his screen. On it was a blurry photo of some giant dog-like thing running across the street with a bag in its mouth. The photo was clearly posted on social media. Jackie groaned. Holy is gonna kill me. A woman approached from the other side of the bar with dark skin and a head of black curls. She wore a green button-down shirt with short sleeves and a name tag, but Jackie had been here enough to recognize her face and her petrichor scent. Welcome back again, you two, she said. The usual? To start with, yeah, Jackie said. Thanks, Dolores. Yes, thank you, Dolores, Schneep said. I want to see that photo. I think I've said that I've been wanting to draw it.
This is a rough drawing of Jackie's wolf form, by the way. They're very big wolves. Wolves are very big.
That's about how big I always wanted, like, my Changing Melodies characters' wolf's form to be. Like, I could open up that magnet, too.
I believe Jackie is brown wolf as well. So he's like that shade-ish. He looks a lot more like a dog than wolves usually do, but he's big. He's a big boy.
He's like, oh, he could be like Balto, like a wolf dog.
Well, I mean, he's literally wolves are big, man. They're very big.
No, they are.
There's no mistaking one for a dog. I'm just saying, like, in terms of coloring.
Yeah, wolf dogs are a lot smaller. Not Magna. I'll show stuff later. I want to go look at my changing melodies. Every time we talk about werewolves, I'm like, changing melodies! Dolores nodded and smiled and turned around. She pointed at several bottles on the shelf behind the bar, and they started to move on their own, pouring into cups and mixing together. A minute later, she turned back around and deposited a glass in front of each of them. Jackie was a low-ball glass filled with a purple-blue drink, and Schneep's was a Martini glass with a red liquid inside. Enjoy. Are you going all night, or do you have work, Doc? Schneep shook his head. It is my night off. I, need to get back home by midnight, Jackie mumbled. I promised Lily. She wants everyone to start having consistent sleep schedules. Schneep raised an eyebrow. Isn't it hard to get a consistent sleep schedule with the moon situation? That's what I said! Jackie took a drink from his glass. We have this new guy, Brayson. She wants us to be a good example for him. Dolores chuckled, leaning on the bar. New guy? You make it sound like it's a job. Well, I mean, it takes up as much time as a job does, Jackie said slowly. Technically, it does not, Schneep mumbled. Jackie nudged him. Do not be like that, Schneep said. It's true. A transformation like that is so much more than a job. It's a change in your lifestyle. He took a sip of his own drink. Well, how is your new guy adjusting? Better than most people do, to be honest, Jackie said. He said he had trouble making friends before, so he's grateful that we're all being so friendly. His only complaint is he's not sure how to explain it to his mom. Sheep chuckled. Well, that is a relatively small problem to have in the scheme of things. Another drink. He's lucky to have found your pack. You are good people. Duh, really? Jackie grinned. Really? Schneep nodded. Sometimes I wish we had packs too. Dude, nothing's stopping you guys from forming one. They're not special to wolves. Any group of close people in a pack. But it's just not called that. It's called a friend group or something. But if you want a cool name, you could call it Jackie hesitated. What's the word for a group of bats? He took his phone out of his hoodie pocket and to Google it while Schneep and Dolores laughed. Before he could open up his app, before he could open up his browser, though, a notification appeared on the screen. A text message from the contact name Medium at Large in the group chat. Hey, do you know driving directions to Marvin's place? Jackie made a face. Schneep leaned over to look at him. Oh, something happened? He looked down at his own phone, having also received the same message in the same group chat. Ah, I see. Jackie, you should not be so unkind to Marvin. I'm not unkind to him, Jackie growled. Actually growled, a rumble deep in his throat. I consider him a friend. I just don't trust the smell of his magic. Witches, like Marvin, drew power from various sources. Dolores here was an earth witch. That group of college kids from earlier were probably star witches. The one who smelled like ash is likely a fire witch, and so on. Plant witches, river witches, love witches, chaos witches. There were all sorts of sources for magic, and all of them smelled different to Jackie's keen senses. He liked Marvin. He really did. But he never smelled another witch from a magic scent like that. Something sour, almost acidic. It was strange. And Marvin had never explained what it was. What type of magic is Marvin?
No comment.
Ah, okay. I see how it is.
You might be able to figure it out when we eventually get to an RP.
Probably.
Yeah.
When you say that, though, it makes sense that he cannot chaos magic, because that's what I was thinking. And I'm like, if that was the case, then Jackie would have reacted weird to alt. Septic witch. That is what it seems like, because when I hear acid, I usually think of Sam. That giggle is suspicious. I know you too well. I'm very curious to see where this is going. Anyway.
Perhaps we will reveal something in the RP. You are not allowed to share it, though.
Oh, absolutely. No. Secret stay with me.
Luck and throw away the key. Like, Gravity Falls, Windy, and Dipper thing.
Yeah. If you consider him a friend, you should trust that he knows what he's doing, Schneep says, narrowing his eyes. I do! I trust him! I don't trust that magic, Jackie sighed. I just hope everything is okay with it. He shook his head. Anyway, he sent a reply to the chat. Sorry, Jack. You know I don't drive. Why did he say that he shouldn't be so unkind to Marvin? Oh, because he made a face. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, drawing with the mouse is hard.
Yeah. Schneeb also texted a reply. Didn't you just get your license? Deck responded instantly. Yeah, which is why I need the practice. I'll need to drive to Marvin's place eventually, won't I? Well, I do not have a license at all, Schneeb said, and I don't drive, so I'm no help. Look it up on your GPS. Jackie chuckled. How old are you? In all those ages, you haven't learned to drive? I'm only 45, Schneeb snapped. Don't say I'm an old man. Despite claiming that was his age, he didn't look much older than Jackie, who was 30. That's plenty of time to learn how to drive. So is 30 years! Hey, I've gotten along enough with a bus pass, Jackie said. Dolores raised an eyebrow. Might be easier to deliver food to people if you got a car, you know. Jackie made a face at her. Jack replied in the chat. Fine, I'll use maps. Why are you going to Marvin anyway? Jackie asked. Just a visit? I think I found someone interesting at work today. Tell you two about it later. I want Marvin's help with something first. Jackie raised an eyebrow. He glanced over at Schneeb, who looked similarly intrigued. It's probably a ghost, yes? Schneeb asked. Yeah, probably. Jackie closed out of the text and went back to his browser. A minute passed in silence. Oh hey, apparently a group of bats is called a colony. Schneeb burst into laughter. The next few hours passed with idle chatter and more drinks. The harvest moon gradually filled up with people, and some more workers arrived to help with the nighttime rush. But true to his word, Jackie left before midnight. Mostly because Schneeb dragged him out, insisting that he had enough drinks for the night. The two of them walked down the street towards the nearest bus stop. In most cities, the buses didn't run this late at night, but Skuleberg was different, with such a high population of those who were awake in the darkness. There were enough everydays who knew about them to keep things running normally. No, I don't get to walk. I can do it on my own, Jackie said, leaning heavily on Schneeb. Alright, go on and do it then. Schneeb stopped walking, pushing him off a bit. Jackie took a few stumbling steps forward, and then stopped. I think I was wrong. Schneeb grinned. At least you're sober enough to be aware of it. Jackie snorted and rolled his eyes. Your vamp tolerance. Why did you get easily, you know? I can't pass the blood barrier. It can't pass the blood barrier, Schneeb said, his face totally straight. Jackie laughed. Blood barrier. That's funny. No, I'm being serious. Well, partly. We can't digest or absorb most things easily, and that includes alcohol and other drugs. Jackie tuned out the scientific explanation that Schneeb went on. Not intentionally. He just got distracted thinking about how different Schneeb looked after some drinks. His skin was more flushed, his gray tint basically gone, and his personal scent was overwhelmed by the smell of blood. Jackie inhaled, trying to smell that oceany scent. I would give anything to snuggle with Wolfie Jackie. I bet he's very soft.
Yeah. I don't know how... I wonder if, like, in real life... I've always wondered, like, I wonder if wolves have, like, that, like, sort of wiry...
Yeah,
wiry hair.
Yeah, I think it's probably a mix of both.
Yeah.
Though now I'm curious, I kind of want to Google it.
What does Wolford feel like? Google. Help.
What does wolf fur feel like?
God,
Wolves have 2 layers of fur. The outer guard layer is composed of long, coarse hairs that shed water and snow and contain pigments that give the wolf's coat its color. The inner layer is thick, soft gray wool, which traps the air and insulates the wolf from the elements.
Interesting.
It's thick and well blended with coarse outer guard furs. Huh, so yeah, it's probably like slightly soft because like that's where like
once you get
dog fur
through
comes
the
from.
course,
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get through the coarse outer layer, it's probably soft.
Yeah, but the top layer is probably like it's what protects them. It's like dirt and stuff.
Red stuff, yes.
I couldn't think of like sticks and dirt and burrs and undergrowth.
Yeah.
But like they're like city wolves, so they probably aren't as coarse as regular wolves.
Well, they do go running sometimes.
Yeah. Alright. He picked up something, Jackie inhaled, trying to smell that oceany scent, and picked up something else instead. Jackie stiffened, trying to concentrate through the drinks clouding his thoughts. Where was that smell coming from? And what was it? It was a being of some kind. He could tell that much. Whoever it was just smelled almost overwhelming of some chemical scent, like formaldehyde, the stuff that was used to preserve dead bodies. Jackie wrinkled his nose in disgust, looking around for the source of the scent. And then he looked up and saw a figure crouched on top of a lamppost. They tensed for a moment. They tensed the moment he noticed them and then lunged. Sheep! Jackie shoved him to the side, just in time to avoid the figure. Sheep yelped in surprise, and Jackie whirled on the figure, who was moving so fast. He jumped at them, and halfway through the jump, he shifted. In between one blink and the next, Jackie was no longer a human, but instead a giant wolf. The thick fur colored varying shades of brown. His teeth snapped at the figure, and probably would have bitten them, but the drinks had still affected him in wolf form, and his sharp reactions were a bit slow. The figure tackled Schneep to the ground. He cried out and reacted instinctually, biting into the figure's arm. The figure pulled back, leaving the light from the lamppost behind, and disappeared. Jackie stared at the spot where they had bit in shock. Then he turned to Schneep. He whined, nudging him with his snout. I'm alright, Jackie, Schneep said, sitting up. Some blood coated his lips, and his fangs were now visible, elongated canines on the top and bottom row of his teeth. Jackie tilted his head, ears twitching. I promise I'm fine. Sheep got to his feet, patting himself down, then froze. Son of a bitch! That motherfucker stole my wallet! Jackie let out a series of barks that sounded similar to laughter. Hey, I had 50 pounds in there! That is not funny! Sheep said. Must boop snoot. Alex can get nothing done with Wolf Jackie around.
Really? I mean, like, understandable. He's very cute.
He's very cute. Jackie rolled his eyes, a human expression that looked so strange on his wolf form face. Who carried cash these days? Oh, shut up, Sheep said. He sighed. At least we know something. He wiped his mouth on his black coat sleeve. That was probably another vampire who attacked me. One with a distinct blood taste. So that means I have to report petty theft to the Night Council. Great. Well, that was surprising. But it was getting closer and closer to midnight. Jackie continued walking to the bus stop. Chains back, Jackie. Even the night buses will balk at a giant wolf, Schneep said. Jackie shook his head. It was easier to walk on four powers. I was trying to say paws, but it was easier to walk on 4 legs when drunk than 2. Jackie, Sheep said in a warning voice. Jackie broke into a loping run. Get back here! Sheep shouted, running after him. I am not going down as the man who got on the bus with a giant wolf. My favorite scene. I love them so much. I just imagine Jackie sitting in front of the bus stop, just his tail wagging. Just wagging tail, and Sheep is just like, please do not judge us.
Please.
He is very drunk right now and he won't change back.
I mean, like, there could be humans on there, so you wouldn't say that.
Yeah. He's like, please ignore me and my giant 150-pound dog.
It's just a dog, I promise. It's just a dog.
It's just a dog. Maybe I'll draw that too. It was a slow night at the shop so far, just like most nights, which is good. Marvin owned and ran Magnificent Magics by himself. If things got too busy here, he'd have to hire more people, and that wasn't in his nature. He knew where all his wares were, and had an exact way of organizing things that an employee might not follow, though he did sometimes consider hiring someone to take care of the cats that showed up. Higgins, no. Marvin picked up one of the cats in question, who was staring at the second cat with his tail flicking wildly. Leave Fluffington alone. Even though there was about 5 to 8 cats in the shop at any point in time, he actually owned 2 of them. Higgins was one, a round white cat with gray patches on his coat. The other was Sam, a black and white orange tortoiseshell with big green eyes. She was upstairs right now and not bothering the other cats. Marvin was not sure why so many cats showed up here, but he was happy to take care of them whenever they stopped by. Sometimes he thought his shop was more like a cat cafe than an actual shop. But in reality, the only cat decorations were the trees in the corner of the room. The rest of the shop was a combination of a bookstore and a witch's hut. Bookcases lined the walls, filled with all sorts of books. Paper cover, hardcover, leather cover. Various trinkets also sat in the shelves. Candles and crystals and bottles and incense and more. More things hung from the ceiling, mostly bundles of plants. There was a counter at the back of the room with more of those trinkets and a cash register for purchases. Two doors sat in the wall behind the counter, one leading upstairs to Marvin's apartment, the other leading to the bathroom/cat caretaking room. The main body of the shop was filled with small round tables, all covered with silky tablecloths of various jewel tones. Some of them had more books or trinkets, but some were empty, meant for customers to sit at. Here you go! Marvin sat Higgins down on the nearest chair, bending down to drop him on the cushion. Higgins started batting at Marvin's hair that dangled around his face, and Marvin jerked backwards. Come on, Higgins. He pushed his hair back. It's not even that long. The cats were the reason he kept his hair shorter than usual, and done in a half-up style, to minimize cats messing with it while still looking stylish. As Marvin dealt with Higgins, another cat, Draco, hopped onto the table, climbed into the stack of books, and used it as a springboard to jump into a bookshelf. The book stack toppled under the force of the jump. Hey! Marvin whirled around, taking Draco off the sleeves. I know you like to be tall, but you have to be careful getting up there. He put him on the floor, and then gathered the books that Draco knocked over. As he Nad's about to start. Now! Okay, we gotta take a break.
That's fine. I have time to catch up with the drawing because I want to somewhat keep pace.
Maybe I'll actually go draw with you on another page. For like 3 minutes, and then I get back to it.
3 minutes. Worth it.
I can get a lot of drawing done with that. Like how you picked the third page.
What?
It looks like you picked the third page to draw.
I just picked the first one that I did on, that showed up.
I know that Alt is so excited to go back to Shadow City.
He's gonna love it. God, Steve really does look like this. He looks like Dark Academia incarnate.
He really does. I love it though. That fits him so well.
Yeah.
If we're going with the Dark Academia thing, it's like give him like those like slightly darker like leather pants, or not leather pants, but like those like checkered pants almost, like plaid.
Yes, he could do that. I can see him wearing that.
Yeah. Almost like my brain's like waffle pattern.
Tweed.
I'm drawing the handsome man.
You're drawing what?
I'm drawing Marvin.
Hell yeah.
Handsome man.
I'm taking a Tumblr break. I'm checking Tumblr. No! What are you doing, honey? What is bothering you? Oh, you really don't like the costume. That's what's bothering you.
Just someone put Honey in a costume.
She's like sniffing like our parrot costume that we gave the cats.
She's like, get rid of it. I despise it.
Alright. Well, if you're drawing Marvin, I'm gonna draw Jameson, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if I'm drawing Marvin based on your vision or not.
We'll see. I don't like to over-describe things in my writing because everyone's interpretation is going to be different, and I like that.
I'm giving him asymmetrical earrings because he would.
He deserves it.
Should I give him sun and a moon?
How very Carter of him.
Wait, very Carl?
Carter.
Oh yeah, Carter, yeah.
Yeah, my OC.
forgot that he had those.
Yeah.
I mean, those are really cool earrings, though. So like,
Yeah.
I give him like
Mar-
those ones that I
Mar-
wore like twice while you were here. They're like crystal and moons.
Yeah, they were very pretty.
I think I'm
Marvin
also putting
says-
those on my new fucking D&D character. All right, cool. There we go. There's
Yeah.
a really quick sketch of Marvin.
Looking? Ah, hell yeah. You definitely do with hair better than I could have described it, than I could have pictured it.
Basically, just going based off the comics.
Yay, I'm back! This is Alex. Hello.
Hello. Yes, we went on a quick ad break. I didn't read anymore. I just drew a little bit. Okay.
Oh.
Back to the game. Alright, as he restacked the books, he heard the shop door open behind him. "One moment," he called, finishing up the stack before he turned around. He grinned. "How can I help you?" The man who walked in was unfamiliar to Marvin. A new customer, how fun! He wore a fancier outfit, a white button-up shirt with frilly cuffs, over which was a blue vest with faint darker blue patterns. There was a neat bow tie around his neck, holding up a high collar. His dark brown hair was neat and straight, but he had a dark mustache that curled at the end. Blue eyes looked around at the shop with curiosity. As Marvin observed this man, he noticed the gray tint to his skin. A vamp for sure. Maybe one of the older ones, judging by the style he dressed in. After a moment of awkward silence, the man walked up to Marvin. He reached into his pocket and took out a small spiral notebook with a pattern of stars on the cover, as well as a pen. He wrote something down and showed it to Marvin. "Hello. My apologies, but I am unable to speak. Can you tell me more about the shop?" "Oh, alright." Marvin nodded. He raised his hands and started to gesture, speaking in British Sign Language. "Can you understand this? Do you want to speak this way?" The man looked surprised. He then laughed silently. He set the notebook and pen down on the nearest table and began to sign with a bit more flourish than Marvin did. "I can hear you fine. You do not need to sign as well, but thank you for asking." "No problem," Marvin flashed his smile. "Anyway, yeah, I can tell you about the shop. This is my place. We sell all sorts of magical supplies, mostly stuff that's useful for witches. I'm not sure if there's much for much a vampire would find of use. Oh, well, we do sell blood remover and potions." The man nodded. He wandered around the edge of the shop. Some of the cats walked up to sniff at him. He looked down at them and smiled a friendly, close-lipped smile. Most of them hissed and ran off, but Higgins kept sniffing him. "Sorry, most of them aren't vamp trained," Marvin said, and Higgins isn't for sale." "They're for sale?" the man asked, interested. "Only as pets." Only as pets," Marvin said firmly. "I don't do blood here." The man looked horrified at the implication. "Oh, you're offended. Good." Marvin laughed. "Vampires were tricky to deal with."
The delivery of that. Oh, you're offended. Good.
"Oh, you're offended. Good. Good. That's a good sign.
That's a good sign. It means you're not a sponsor.
Meanwhile, if like Andy would do that, it'd be like, "Ooh, for blood?" It's like, no.
Yeah, I was gonna make a comment like, no, he'd probably cook people.
Yeah, he probably thinks that killing an animal is beneath him. Or not
You
good
don't-
enough.
This guy is
Only if I'm
insane.
desperate. Or they piss me off.
Everyone needs to know that Shadow City Auntie is totally unhinged. He's so old that he's gotten so bored.
That's something I'm really looking forward to in doing more Shadow City, because, like, we got to, like, see a little bit of him, but, like, I want to see more unhinged.
Honestly, he's just like, I want to make him like a weird casual presence almost, because like, Listen lives with him, as people will see.
I
lives
still
with
see
his
he's the reason that Chase died.
No comment.
But then also, he's a vampire. Why did he get shot in the head? Oh, so many questions. I'm so excited. Anyway,
Good
focusing.
question.
Oh, you're offended. Good. Marvin laughed. Vampires were tricky to deal with morally, given their diet. So you're a blood-bag person? Not an animal person? The man nodded. When possible. You know how it is. I probably don't. I haven't lived like you have. I see. Well, sometimes there is Desperation, the man said, but I try to avoid that. Marvin nodded slowly. May I have your name, sir? The man asked. I'm Marvin Fletcher. I'm the owner. Marvin gestured to himself. He was wearing one of his favorite outfits today, an open button-up short-sleeve shirt with an Art Nouveau flower design on it. Underneath was a sleeveless black turtleneck. He hoped that this was making a good impression on the new customer. And you? The man picked up the notebook and pen again, writing down his name and showing it to Marvin. Jameson Jackson. Some people call me JJ. Alliteration! Nice! Marvin grinned. Let me know if you need anything, Mr. Jameson Jackson. Jameson nodded. He continued to look around the shop, taking an interest in some of the books. Marvin took care to have a lot of variety of purchase. A lot of them were spell books for witches, but there were also studies on magical creatures, histories of the Shadow World, and some popular fictional stories set in the Shadow World, just for fun. Jameson flipped through some of the books, reading the first couple of pages or the blurb on the cover before putting them back. The shop door soon opened again. Marvin! A man walked into the shop wearing a black t-shirt and jacket. I have something Jameson suddenly dropped the book he was looking at, staring at the newcomer in what can only be described as surprise and fear. Hey, Jack! Marvin said, then looked at Jameson. Don't worry about him. This is Jack. He's a meaty. And a friend of mine. Medi.
Because medium, but...
Oh, I was thinking mediator for some reason.
Yeah, it's medium because, like, mediums are spirit mediums.
Medi.
Medi sounds better than meaty in my mind. So.
Yeah, because meaty kind of sounds like meaty.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a Medi, and a friend of mine. Hi. Jackson was slowly looking at Jameson. Didn't mean to freak you out. Jameson shook his head. He bent down and picked up the book he dropped, returning it to place on the shelf. It's alright, he said. Oh, BSL, huh? I'm not as fluid as Marvin is, sorry. He said it's alright, Marvin translated. Yeah, I got that. Well, anyway, Marvin decided to move on. What brings you to my shop now? I know this is regular hours for me, but it's starting to get late for you. Jack rolled his eyes. It's only 9 o'clock. I would have been here sooner, but I took some wrong turns. Wait, did you drive here? Marvin blinked. I thought you only had a permit. Nope, I got my license on Tuesday, remember? Jack beamed proudly. A whole 3 days ago. Good. Marvin nodded slowly.
Jack is not a good driver.
Yeah? Well, what's so important that you had to drive here? Jack walked over to a table at the back, talking as he went. I had work today. Apparently it was a death down on Gold Sky Street. So, of course, I had to check it out. He pulled out a chair and sat down. Kind of a sad scene. The guy who lived there had probably been gone for a while. Jenkins estimated at least 12 hours. Nobody realized he was gone until a solicitor came trying to sell stuff and sell the body through the window. God, Marvin muttered. He noticed Jameson listening in with curiosity, though Jameson was clearly trying to hide it. So, was his ghost there? Yep. Jack reached into his pocket and pulled out a cloudy glass sphere about the size of a golf ball. And he was a pretty strong ghost. Full body apparition without even trying. Knew right away he was gone and freaked out about it. Genuinely acted really alive. He got the spear on the table. I did the touch test with him too, and he got it right away. Really? Marvin tilted his head, curious. Jack had talked with him about the ghosts he sometimes encountered on his job before, enough for Marvin to know that this was a very rare occurrence. Yeah, and something else weird. The guy didn't remember his death. And that's... Why is that weird? Even weaker ghosts know their death. Jack said, even if they die in their sleep or die when somehow drugged, they instinctively know the details. This guy... Oh, his name is Chase, by the way. Didn't know who killed him. Most murdered ghosts know that. Jameson stares in surprise. You were at a murder scene? Marvin laughed. Yeah, Jameson. Jack works for the forensics. He gets called out to murder scenes all the time. Well, the detectives don't think this was a murder scene, Jack said slowly. They think that Chase got super... I'm Jack. They think that
I got super drunk.
I got super drunk and I'm a ghost. Hi! They think that Chase got super drunk and he made a finger gun and pointed at the side of his head. Oh God, Marvin whispered. But Chase is insisting that he didn't do that, Jack said. And if he really did get blackout drunk and do that, he would know that's what happened. But he doesn't know anything else either. So maybe he did and something is fucking with his memory? I don't know. He tapped the glass sphere, but that's where I wanted your help, Marvin. So you got some of his essence in the sensor? Marvin asked. Can you tell me if there was anything magical about this death? On it. Marvin walked around the counter at the back of the shop, picking up something he'd left behind there. A white mask shaped like a cat's face, with some markings on it. The 4 card suits, heart, club, diamond, spade, were drawn on the forehead in black, while the ears of the mask were filled with green, and there was a black nose and 6 curvy green whiskers. When he tilted in the light, it seemed to shiver with more green markings, but they were hard to read. He walked back over to where Jack was sitting and sat down in the chair across from him. Should I leave for this? Jameson asked, looking a bit nervous. No, don't worry. It's not like it's a secret spell or anything. Aaron laughed. He put the mask on his face, adjusting it so it's comfortable. You could watch, even if you're okay with that, Jack. Yeah, why not? Jack shrugged. Great! That'd be 50 pounds to observe then. Jameson made a choky sound. Are you serious? Absolutely not, Marvin grinned. I really like this Marvin, because he's like... He's a little more charismatic because he's a shop owner, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he still has that autistic swag to him, but he is more like... he's more like... You know, he just has a different vibe from the other Marvins that you have, and I really like that.
I do, I enjoy the vibe as well.
Yeah. Jameson stared and then laughed. It was a strange, wheezing sound, clearly genuine, but no voice behind it. You're a right funny man, aren't you? I can't be. Marvin stretched his arms, wiggling his fingers and loosening up for magic. His short sleeve left his forearms and hands bare, showing off the tattoos he had. Celtic knot-like designs wrapped around his arms, like he was wearing 4 bracelets on each arm, from elbow to wrist. On the back of each hand... Wait, elbow to wrist? Oh, up the elbow and wrist.
Yeah.
For some reason, my brain was like, they were supposed to be like bracelets, but they were like going long ways, elbow to wrist, and I'm like, that's not how bracelets work. From elbow to wrist. On the back of each hand was a unique design, a spell circle on the left and an eye design surrounded by swirls on the right. Green light flickered all over all the visible tattoos, like oil on water, and the eye design on his right hand began to glow a solid green. He concentrated, passing his right hand over the sensor. I just imagine, like, the eye is closed sometimes, and, like, when he does magic, it opens.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool, actually. I might make that a thing.
Yes.
I wasn't paying attention,
It's very TMA coded.
Yeah.
Can I ask what this is? Jameson asked, not bothering to hide his curiosity. This glass ball? It's a sensor, Jack said. If there's a ghost in an area, you feel it get unnaturally cold. And if a ghost directly touches it, it absorbs some of their essence. Not enough to cause any trouble for the ghost, of course. While he talked, Marvin muttered the appropriate spell words under his voice. His eyes flared green as well, bright as the glow coming from his tattoos. His vision blurred for a moment and then cleared up. He could see lights in the cloudy glass of the sensor now. Most of them were faint, barely there really, leftover essence from another ghost that Jack had used the sensor on, but most of the sensor was taken up by a bright yellow-green light. Whoa, Marvin blinked, leaning backwards. What is it? There's definitely some magic involved in this, Marvin said. This ghost essence is strong, alright, and there's something different about it. What did you say his name was? Chase? Yep, Chase Brody. Was he an everyday or something else? Far as I can tell. I mean, if you're not an everyday, you're less likely to be surprised when you die and become a ghost, Jack figured. You wouldn't be surprised, Marvin pointed out. Well, I'm special. Can you tell what's different about its essence? Marvin frowned. Judging by the color, maybe there's some sort of necromancy? There's some necromancy of some kind? The shade is a bit off. You don't normally get an in-between color like this. It sort of looks sickly, which is why it might be death magic. Jameson looked at Marvin. So you're a death witch? He asked. Huh? Oh, no. Marvin looked at him and grinned. You don't need to be a death witch to do the spell. To look at ghost essence. You don't even need to be a death witch to do necromancy, but it doesn't make it much easier. Ooh, necromancy, says Alex. He turned his attention back to the sensor. I don't know the specifics of this magic, though. There's not enough of a sample for me to figure it out. Well, that makes sense. Jack said. It was only in contact with him for like 3 seconds total at most. Really? And it left such a strong imprint? Marvin looked at the sensor again in a new light. You weren't kidding about being a strong ghost. He bit the inside of his cheek, thinking. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but I'm sure that some sort of magic has fucked with him in some way. Jack nodded. Weird. Do you think we'll need to report it to the Night Council? I don't know. Depends on what the spell is. What spell it is, and if it was done with consent. Jack frowned. Well, Chase didn't remember what happened, so I doubted he wanted this to happen. Otherwise, he would have made sure to remember after he fucking died. But that's not exactly proof, is it? He went quiet for a moment. I think I need to help him. You help a lot of ghosts, Jack, Marvin pointed out. No, I mean, more than I usually do. The guy's lost. He said he really cares about his family.
I keep instinctively saving the drawing. It saves to the cloud. I don't need to do that.
I mean, that's a good habit to have. Because I don't do that because everything saves automatically on my iPad, but...
It's just like Control S. The problem is that it's downloading the drawing.
Oh,
so like...
you have several different, like, states of finish.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. The guy's lost. He said he really cares about his family, but he lived alone in his house, wasn't in the best condition. Not to mention the weird magic we just found. Marvin paused. I want to see what I can do. Marvin nodded. Alright. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Be happy to help. He pushed his mask back on his forehead. A cat jumped into the table and sniffed the sensor for a moment before slowly reaching out a paw. Luna? No. Marvin grabbed her, pulling her back into his lap. Jack laughed. That's a new one. Want her? Marvin held up the black cat. I'm calling her Luna Void, but you could change it if you want. Nah, my apartment doesn't allow pets. Jack paused, though I was wondering about getting a new place. Fair. Marvin looked over at Jameson, who was standing idly nearby. Want a cat? I know I said they weren't vamp trained earlier, but I could put in the effort. Jameson smiled softly. No thanks. My roommate probably wouldn't take kindly to an animal. Marvin raised an eyebrow. Roommate, huh? Well, good to know. He put Luna Void down on the floor again. A question for you, by the way, Jameson Jackson. Are you new in town or what? I'm fairly new, yes, Jameson said. Only been here for about a week. I'm getting to know the layout of the city. How do you know that? Between me and Jack, we know a lot of those who walk in the shadows in Skirberg. So you were either really reclusive or you just arrived. Jameson laughed silently. Clever. Jack stood up. Well, I'm gonna head home now, Marvin. Nice to meet you, Jameson. If you ever need help with stuff, you can reach out to me. Hang on. I have cards for this. He tapped his pockets, then pulled out a card and passed it over. My phone number's on that. Do you have a phone? Jameson reached into his pocket and pulled out a phone that looked like it was from the early 2000s. The kind that slid open to form a keyboard. Marvin held back a laugh. Yeah, that'll work, Jack said. Anyway, I can help with a lot of different stuff. Other everydays tend to listen to me, and I can help with ghost stuff, of course, and anything else you might need my medi powers for. Thank you, Jameson said, and gave another closed-lipped smile. You can stop by here anytime too, Marvin said. As long as you're not a dick about stuff. You seem chill enough. I can do spells and card readings for a price, but I don't do the French or Toroth Arcana, only traditional cards and Crystal Eye. I'll keep that in mind. Lovely to meet you. Jameson tilted his head. I think I'll leave for the night, but maybe I'll see you tomorrow. See you! Marvin waved and Jameson headed out. Bye, Jack! Bye! Jack also waved as he left. The shop was empty again, well, except for the cats. Marvin had barely a quiet moment before he saw two of them bolt across the floor, the smaller one jumping on the bigger one. B! Ragamuffin, no! He shouted, getting up. Not by those shelves, you'll break stuff! I love chaotic cat lady Marvin.
They just show up. They just like him.
There's something about him. This cat like zoomies, yeah.
Zoomies.
A few more customers dropped in as the night wore on, but there wasn't much notable. Marvin closed the shop at 1 a.m., as he always did, and then headed upstairs to relax a little before going to bed. Marvin, I just realized I have the same sleep schedule as a shadow person.
I mean, like, look, did I make them all active at night to justify my own sleep schedule? No comment.
Sure. No, not at all. Anyway.
It's because of the vampires. It's for the courtesy.
It's for the vampires. That's all it is, really.
And you're hurt by the sun. It's only fair.
Skuberg seemed like a lovely city so far. Its name was a bit peculiar, but he didn't realize it was actually pronounced Skiaberg until tonight. Skiaberg? Skiaberg or Skiaberg? Huh?
I think it's Skiaberg.
Skiaberg. Skiaberg.
Yeah. Like I said, it's old English, so it's weird.
Skiaberg.
Skuberg.
But
something like that.
I'll figure it out. But Jameson had heard stranger names. Sounds German to me. But Jameson.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Old English is a Germanic language.
True.
So.
Yeah, let's go see if I can look up a pronunciation real fast.
You know, it makes sense that Snape is here, actually.
Yeah. Not Scamberg. Don't autocorrect for me, fucking Google. Not scurvy.
Look, I don't. It's a word I made up, so you're not gonna find it on Google, I think.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's look what CYOA is.
It's all, like I said, it's Old English. Google like Old English translation or something.
Yeah.
Old English
Proto-West Germanic.
yeah.
Skuo, which is shadow.
Yeah, Shadow City.
Skuo, shadow, shade, darkness, protection, a shadowy person. It is Old English.
Skiaberg. Yeah, I believe.
Skiaberg.
Yeah, I think Skiaberg was my intention.
Skiaberg.
Skiaberg.
I'll get it eventually. How on earth do you make a word? You look at, well, Cry's really interested in, like, linguistics. So,
yeah.
They're probably the best person about that. Like,
Okay,
eventually we're gonna read this Max on this, and we can get into how to write fucking Glassish.
Yeah. You take a word, you like evolve it over time until it becomes a different word.
It's fascinating.
It really is.
So much so that I forgot. I knew that Cry took some kind of English for college, but my brain was like, they did all that fun linguistic stuff. Maybe they're a linguistics major. No. They just took a literature class.
I'm a creative writing major.
Yeah. Alright, Scalebarker, until tonight. But Jameson had heard strangers' names in his long life. He spent the past couple of nights exploring the area, getting to know the shadowy haunts before returning to the place where they were staying in the early hours in the morning. Tonight, it was about 4:30 when he made his way back. Their home was one of the many identical townhouses on Stewart Street, an area in the northwest of the city that was very old. They dated back before the days when England had a window tax. The more windows a building had, the more property tax the owners had to pay. So many people bricked up their windows to avoid paying what they couldn't afford. It wasn't a pleasant place.
True, actually.
That's so fascinating, yeah.
Yeah, historically true.
It wasn't a pleasant place to live for most people, but Jameson wasn't most people. JJ walked up the 3-story brown brick house with 2 metal letters on the side designated number 77. The window frames persisted, but they were filled not with glass, but with identical brown bricks. Jameson reached into his pocket and pulled out a set of brass keys, unlocking the door and heading inside. It was dark, but JJ was used to staying in the dark. Even so, he turned on the light for comfort. The furniture in the living room was old, with peeling upholstery and worn wood. In the corner was a small kitchenette with stained appliances. The stove was covered with dust, but the fridge was as good as new. He made a detour to grab something from it, then headed up the stairs. As he passed by the second floor landing, "Think fast, bitch!" There was a blur of motion in the corner of his vision. Only the warning shout kept him from being smacked in the head, as even his supernaturally fast reflexes barely gave him time to duck. The small item hit the wall, then fell to the ground. A voice laughed. "Oh shit, JJ, you did! Wasn't expecting that!" JJ looked over at the laughter. Standing in the open doorway was a man with wild brown hair and grayish skin. His wide eyes blue with a ring of green around the middle of the pupil. He was wearing one of his favorite outfits, an overly large black leather jacket, a blank tank top with the words "Bite Me" written on it in red, black jeans held up by a belt with a silvery buckle, and tall black boots with inch-thick soles. He leaned against the doorframe, grinning wildly to show off his fangs. JJ froze for a moment, then forced himself to relax. "Hello, Auntie," he said in sign language. "Aw, you seem so sad to see me." Auntie's grin widened. "Were you worried I would leave you?" No. He definitely wasn't worried about that. "Where have you been?" JJ asked calmly. Leather jacket. I imagine he has leather jackets with, like, the spikes on his shoulders.
Ooh, yeah. Also, he probably has multiple leather jackets.
Probably. He probably collects them.
He likes to be modern fashion.
Yeah. Love that for him.
He likes to be modern fashion. I like how I said that.
He is modern fashion. Where have you been? JJ asked calmly. For the past 3 nights, Auntie had come back to the townhouse at sunrise. He would think that Auntie had been caught in the sunlight, but he knew better to think that Auntie would be so foolish. He was probably getting to know the city his own way, and honestly, Jameson enjoyed the nights without him. "None of your fucking business, JJ," Auntie laughed. "Hey, look at that!" He pointed at the thing he threw at JJ's head. Jameson looked down at it, then slowly bent up to pick it up again without fully turning away from Auntie. It was a dark brown leather wallet. "Got that from some vamp fucker early tonight. He had 50 pounds in there!" Auntie was suddenly holding a handful of bills, pinching them between his 2 fingers. Then, just as quickly, he put them back in his pocket. "Fucking moron. We should go out to eat soon." JJ raised an eyebrow. Then he looked down the wallet, examining it for anything else. There was a credit card in there. Auntie didn't like those, said they were too traceable. And some other card. He took that out. It was some sort of a work ID for a place called St. Damian's Hospital. The blurry picture on the ID showed a man with brown hair and glasses, and the name identified the person as Dr. Henrik von Stiebelstein of the Hematology Department. So that's who the wallet belonged to. I'm assuming that has something to do with blood.
He's a blood doctor, yeah?
Yeah! Say
yeah, I don't know. Actually, that's we hear about this a little bit in chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
He actually became a vampire because he was studying blood.
Interesting. So that definitely shows I haven't read up to there.
Basically, Vampire was like looking for like other people who like knew blood stuff and was like, hey, that guy seems fun.
Bite.
I know, like, you're thinking Damien from Who Killed Markiplier, Alex, but like, I think Saint Damien is an actual saint.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Yeah.
So that's who the wallet belongs to. Want to keep that? Andy asked. Go for it. Fucking useless things anyway, he shrugs. Anyway, what have you been up to? Exploring the city, Jada said. Find anything fun? Not your type of fun. Auntie narrowed his eyes. Oh? What's that supposed to mean? Jada looked at him. You know we don't enjoy the same activities. And what are you implying? When Jada didn't answer anything, Auntie growled. Fine, shut up then. His eyes immediately shifted color, his iris becoming bright red. It's getting early. Go to bed. See if I fucking care. Jameson felt his muscles tense. Without another word, he turned and continued up the stairs to the 3rd floor. Even though this was the nicest story of all the floors in the rundown old townhouse, Auntie had elected to claim the 2nd floor instead. The story with a hole in the wooden floor, a smaller bedroom, and water-stained walls. Jameson hadn't said anything about it, just in case that would prompt Auntie to say something like, that's a good point. I do deserve the best floor, and kick him out. The 3rd floor had a central living area with soft sofas and sheer wall curtains framing the bricked-up windows. There's no central lighting, but Auntie had acquired some lamps. I can massage this tense muscles of your JJ. Whoa, Alex! Whoa!
Dude. I mean, like, he's gay.
Yeah, all the JJs are gay.
All my versions of JJ are gay. JJ is gay.
I love that about James. Yeah, it does. It's just poo. Where was I?
Look, do you think he'd be a vampire if he wasn't gay?
All vampires are gay.
No, like, really, there is something, like, homoerotic about vampires.
Oh.
Ever since, Anne Rice.
Yeah.
Look, man, I studied this. I'm the authority. All day.
I'm gay and I study vampires. Auntie had acquired some lamps when Jameson commented on how they should have them. Just for show, if nothing else. There was a nice desk tucked away in the corner, with tall, dark wood bookshelves on the other side. Jameson hadn't been able to fill them with any trinkets or books, but maybe he could pick up some from that shop he found earlier in the night. Maybe he'd be able to actually hang on to the books this time instead of being forced to leave them behind when they moved. The one room on the third floor was his bedroom. He headed straight there, despite not being at all tired, opening up the door and ducking inside. There wasn't much in here, just an old clawfoot dresser, a 4-poster bed in the center, and a standing mirror. A mirror that must have had a silver backing because Jameson wasn't able to see his reflection in it. He changed out of his outfit into a set of matching pajamas, one of the few things he'd be able to grab when Auntie suddenly decided to move them from the last city. Then he climbed into the bed. The blue comforter had not been taken with them from the last city. It had also been acquired by Auntie, along with some pillows. Jameson had no idea why Auntie listened to his request for things to put in their house. Not when he didn't listen to anything else, Jameson asked. But he was going to take whatever he could, and not question it. Jameson stared at the ceiling, eyes tracing the pattern of stains on the old plaster. He wasn't tired yet, but the sun would be rising soon, so he might as well try. He could hear Auntie walking around on the floor below, doing who knows what. But he tried to put that out of his mind. He tried to think about other things, like that little shop he stumbled across, Magnificent Magics. He hadn't been to a witch's shop in a couple decades. They had changed so much. Maybe we'd be able to visit again sometime soon. Maybe we could finally have someone else to talk to. The end. Thinking about the boys in the PJs in a slumber party now. Aww, that'd be sweet. That was the first chapter of Saturn City. If you guys want to read more, go to Tumblr.
It was an especially long one. It was like, because I wanted to get all the boys' introduction.
Yeah, I forgot how long it was, but good introduction.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, when I get home from work, we're gonna play some Jackbox games for Prize's birthday. So hopefully you'll join us then.
Yeah. Also, if you want to check out like my little doodles here.
I know, they're so cute. They turned out so good. Let me get a hand so I don't draw on any of those. There's Chase. I like the blood splatter. Marvin. Oh, I love his little shirt. Tomorrow will be at 9 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah.
Because I don't get off of work until 8. And there's Jackie, Gruffy Guy, Schneep, and Jameson.
You'll probably, if you eyes up the colors of the skin, you'll notice that Schneep and Jameson have like grayish skin.
Yeah, I see it. No, totally. Like if you move from Jackie to them, yeah, you can definitely see it.
That's how you tell vampires in this world, because I was like, man, I want there to be like people of color, but I don't want them to be like pale.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, gray skin, like adding a gray tint to the skin is probably a good substitute.
Yeah, I also hear like putting like purple and stuff, or like following like what, something like that. Purple, I think, is something that works. I don't know. I'd have to go look up what people suggest to do for vampires. Anyway, what's EDT? Eastern Daylight Time.
I don't either.
Is in North America. Oh, so you're in Eastern? So that'd be 10 p.m.
Yep.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it'd be 10 p.m. I live in Texas.
Ohio?
I'm so sorry.
I
I live
live-
in Ohio.
I live in mountains. I'm on top of a mountain.
I live in Tejas. Anyway, we're gonna be doing fun games tomorrow, so hopefully you guys will enjoy us then. Until then, you know how awful Texas is then. Texas is fine. It's fine. It's doable. I live in a nice part. Anyway, my throat hurts. I need to stop talking. So, I was about to say time for bed, but time to end the stream. We will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow. If not, we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Anyway, HEB is the best store. You're right. Okay, goodbye.
Bye!